Here you are right here.
I got it. Okay, this is gonna have to be it.
Nothing. Testing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Harrisonville, Missouri. I am Chad Grammer, voice of the Harrisonville Wildcats, and we are getting ready for high school football. Leave it to first night jitters. We will take a quick timeout and be right back.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors, next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville,
I'm not
Missouri.
on.
I am Chad Grammer, and alongside me is Gary Davidson. We're working through those first night things, going left, right, center, every which way. And
I didn't do anything with it. Chad plugged me in.
To the 2022 football season on 4Ts, as this will be our 7th year covering Harrisonville, Missouri, and the Harrisonville Wildcats. So we are ready to rock and roll here from Harrisonville, and nothing like the first night, Gary, nothing like the first night getting started, right?
It is. Hey, we're getting ready for football. It's August, the end of August, and football season is upon us. So, I mean, we're going to have a little bit of first game jitters and first game issues, but we worked through them. We got a great production cast back behind us. It's working probably since noon today, but some things have changed on YouTube apparently, and so anyway, we're ready for football.
We got on the air, so that's all that matters.
That's the main thing.
So, we want to thank all of our great sponsors here on 4Ts, as they're the ones that make these broadcasts possible every year, and we knocked it out of the park this year. We have the absolute most sponsors we've ever had. We have a title sponsor in Church and Dwight Company in Harrisonville, one of the best companies in Harrisonville for people giving them, and I should say we have some of the best people to hire. They're a great company here with a lot of people that work out at Church and Dwight. We have a new scoreboard sponsor. We're going to get their logo up there soon, and that is the Warren Mounts Agency as well. And, of course, it's our pregame sponsor, brought to you by Farmers Insurance, Brad Sainer, as we are just moments away from an opening kickoff here in about 10 and a half minutes as we wait. And, of course, a homecoming tonight. so to speak.
Absolutely. I think the last time we saw the Rams of MICDS was probably a few years ago over in the Dome. So it's kind of nice to at least welcome them over here.
Absolutely. Want to give them a warm welcome. We'll talk about them a little bit and their starters coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll talk about Harrisonville starters as well. It is high school football ready to come your way on 4Ts.com and 4Ts on YouTube. And there we go. That was a good one. If you don't notice, we couldn't hear each other in our ears, so I was talking rather loud. So hopefully it wasn't coming across too loud for you guys as we're trying to get everything rocking and rolled out a homecoming. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to be back in just a few minutes and talk about our starters and have our opening kickoff. You're watching high school football on 4Ts.com.
People with disabilities deserve to live happy, fulfilling lives that enable freedom, independence, and safety. And that's why this message is so important. Casco area workshops are where people with disabilities have the benefit of a safe work environment that gives them the freedom and independence to work with and alongside people who see beyond their disability.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri. It is Football Friday night 2022, and we are ready to rock and roll. MICDS comes to town. These two schools, although separated by about 300 miles of I-70 they're familiar with each other.
They're no strangers.
They've played each other 4 times in the state championship game. 1983, the first time Kelly Donahoe was quarterback at Harrisonville, and MICDS got the best of Harrisonville. They played again in 2004, and MICDS got the best of Harrisonville in double overtime. I was talking to Coach Bouchard, who is now on the sideline for MICDS, about that game. He was the coach at that point in time, and he was talking about a couple of games that upset him last year. And I said, well, which one made you more mad, those two or the one in 2004? And he goes, yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah,
so,
he obviously was frustrated about the 2004, and he was saying they've only lost 2 games, and those games were combined by 9 points. So, yeah, he's got some frustration, and obviously now he's on the sidelines of MICDS rather than being on this side. And it was kind of funny because I was asking both coaches if maybe they had decided to put MICDS on the sidelines here in front of the stands. That's obviously a Coach Bouchard thing that started many years ago.
And if anybody doesn't know that rule, when people would come to Harrisonville, they only had stands on this side of the field. They do now have visitor stands on the far side of the field. Well, one of the things that happened was they always put the visiting team on this side, and Harrisonville got the other side. Well, they called it the Fred Bouchard rule. They started making teams teams having to have the fans right in front of their home bench. So that's what happened there. So also 05-07, Harrisonville played MICDS in the state championship, and Harrisonville was able to win those two. So 2-2 in state championship games. There are 12 state titles between the two teams, and another, I believe, 11 runner-up finishes between these two schools. So
these
pedigree
schools,
is strong.
Absolutely, these two schools bring a lot to the game tonight. But obviously those years in the past is in the past. Obviously, Coach Bouchard is on the other side. Coach Maxwell, who coached the 2016 state championship team, is now back as head coach for the Wildcats. He coached with Coach Bouchard his last 2 years here before he left and went to Staley. So they've got some history together, so they kind of know each other. And I was asking Coach Maxwell, what he was thinking about this game, and he said, hey, it's just another game. These kids on the sidelines, on both sidelines, knew nothing about when he was going to the state championships back in 2004 through 2008. So
absolutely. They just know that those flags fly because they have some state championships. You're listening to the pregame show brought to you by our friends at Farmers Insurance Agency here in town, Brad Sainer Agency, as we are underway here from Harrisonville. We're about 5 minutes away from your opening kickoff. It's time for some starting lineups first of all, we're going to go over the starting lineup for the visitors from MICDS, and they are brought to you tonight by the MICDS football boosters, as they were so gracious as they wanted a little bit of publicity for their kids, and totally understand that. Talk to Cindy Herzog and the rest of that crew over there. They are awesome. They were excited to come over here. They don't get a chance very often to play on Friday nights.
Yeah,
and so they were excited about Friday Night Lights this year.
And the beautiful thing about it is hopefully we're going to have a lot of their fans listening to us tonight. And I think they're going to find out that we're hopefully, obviously we're cheering for the Wildcats to win, but we want to give both teams the best that this field has to give.
Absolutely. So the MICDS football booster starting lineup for MICDS. At running back will be Cameron Cooper, a sophomore. Quarterback will be Winston Moore, a senior. Marcus Coleman will be at wide receiver. Stephen Hall will be at running back. You will see some Brian Gold at some point during the game. Tyler Schutte will be there, the tight end. Wide receiver Dominic Weaver. Tight end Henry Oliver. And on your offensive line, Cole Gibson, Peter Herzog, Davis Schuker, Miles Coleman, and Nate Schuckman. Those are the starters on that side of the ball. You'll also hear from Graham Faust, Gabe Weaver, Christian Ford Arinda, who is the kicker, and Malik Orsan. So those are the starters for MICDS. Now the starting lineup for your Harrisonville Wildcats, brought to you by our friends at Stafford & Stafford Insurance. For a good lineup, call Stafford & Stafford Insurance. For the Cats tonight, on offense, you'll see Drew Droege, Isaac Trimble, and Mason Mitchell will be at your quarterback. Slade Holden, and then Eli Baker. And in the backfield, you'll have Michael Moore, Nate Reynolds. Those will be starters at the specialist positions for the Wildcats. Like I said, we are close to kickoff. Cats are going to be in their gray tops, blue numbers, white outline, blue pants, and blue helmets with absolutely nothing on them, Gary.
And by the way, did you talk to the coach before? Because you had us wear our gray tonight, and we're wearing the gray. They're wearing the gray, so we're sporting the same. So
I did not talk to them. However, thank goodness it's the gray and not those black with the blue numbers, and I can't see anything.
I was going to say, because we'll be able to see these numbers. It's hard from up here spotting to try to get, who's running the ball, who's making the tackles and stuff, and sometimes that's awful difficult with some of the uniforms the Cats have. And I think it's going to be fairly easily for us to be able to pick out the MICDS Rams as well. So going out for the coin toss for the Wildcats is going to be Kel Weber and Nate Reynolds. Number 7's Mason Mitchell, and number 5 in Espen Glenn. For the MICDS, looks like it's going to be number 2, Winston Moore. And I'll get the rest of them. Number 9 is Stephen Hall. Number 5 is going to be Cortland Dalton. And I'll get that last number here in just a minute.
So we're about ready for some high school football from Harrisonville. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be back with your opening kickoff right after this. You're watching high school football on 4Ts on YouTube.
One of the scariest tasks is taking your car to a mechanic. The best mechanics are in Harrisonville at Colby's Car Clinic. Colby's has expanded his shop and has ASE certified mechanics, the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smooth all year long. Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So call Colby today at 816-380-3000 to schedule an appointment or head to the Big Blue Building behind O'Reilly's.
All right, welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri, and the pregame show brought to you by Brad Sainer's Insurance Agency, Farmers Insurance. When you're prepared to get a new car or house, anything else you may need insurance-wise, then give a call to our friend Brad Sainer at Farmers Insurance Agency here in town.
MICDS won the toss. They did defer, kind of that normal. So the Cats are going to receive. They're going to be defending the north end zone, north and southeast and west, Chad. We're north and south tonight.
we are north and south. And I know north and south here. Other places, not so much.
So your Cats will be receiving on the north end going south. MICDS will be kicking from the 40 on the south side of the field. And, boy, it is great to be back in the booth. It's not the booth, but it's still great to be back in the booth because it's been a long time since last November to get ready for football again.
It has. It seems like yesterday that we were maybe up at – it seems like yesterday and 2 years ago all at the same time that we were up at Lincoln Prep Academy in the district semifinals. And a lot of changes over the course of the time for Harrisonville. Back in the saddle again, so to speak, is Coach Brent Maxwell, who is taking over the Wildcat football program. And by the looks of it, Coach Maxwell was walking around school talking to kids about playing some football because he's got about 80 blue helmets out there on the team this year.
Absolutely. Good program, good coaching brings, good quality kids out. We talked about this beforehand, and so I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. Are they going to kick onside right off the bat?
If anybody knows anything about Coach Fred Richard, who was here for several years, he likes to surprise people with an onside kick, and I would say this might be one of the games he doesn't do it in because he knows his folks.
I would agree, because obviously Brent and some of the other coaches here, Coach Hanna, were here at the time when he was here before. They know what Fred likes to do.
Leave it to Coach Richard to not tell us that Harrison Mandel was going to kick off as he circled the other two kickers on.
Oh, no, he did kick Mandel because one of them is a kicker and one of them is an extra point.
So here we go. High end over end kick going to be taken about the 3-yard line by the Cats. And we're off 15 to the 20 and taken down at about the 22-yard line. And that's where the Cats will start for business here. That was Cameron Lawful on the return. Signal caller for the Cats going to be Mason Mitchell. So Mason Mitchell going to be your starter for the Cats. And, of course, you'll still hear the name Reynolds in the Wildcat backfield. This year it'll be sophomore Nate Reynolds. You may hear a lot. And we're going to hear a lot from Mr. Michael Moore as well. To the lineup we go. Split back formation. Going to run probably a little bit of a variation of the veer. Under center is Mitchell on 1st and 10 for the Cats. Going to go in motion with Holden. And he's going to stop, go back around the backside. They're going to hand off. Right up the middle they go for Reynolds. Reynolds gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Sorry, that was Baker on motion. So 2nd down and just about 10. Maybe gave him about a half yard there. So 2nd down coming up for the Cats here. Opening drive of the 2022 season.
That nose tackle is 6'5", 330.
He's a good size.
He is a good size boy.
Under center here, empty back or one man in the backfield. They're going to go in motion with Reynolds. He comes back, and they're going to hand off for Reynolds. He gets a couple that time, maybe 4 or 5. Going to bring up 3rd and about 5. So Reynolds with 5, and it brings up 3rd down and 5. Drogi going to check in. Checking out is Holden. So a 3rd and 5 coming up. So Cats don't want to go 3 and out here to start this first quarter of play. Up to the line of scrimmage they go. 3rd and 5 at the 28-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. 2 wide receivers, your right, 1 to your left. 3rd down, blitz being shown here. And in motion they go. And here they go. They're going to roll out, looking, and tripped up in the backfield. Mitchell couldn't get away. And in the backfield, Carter Inyard, the outside linebacker, able to trip him up. It'll be 4th down, and the Cats going to have to punt with 10:15 to go here in the opening stanza. So here comes a 4th down and a punt coming up. Nate Reynolds, the punter for the Wildcats. Good to have a speedster as your punter as well. Nate is very fleet of foot. He's going to get it and get it off a little low liner. It's going to get a good roll past the 50, and it's going to roll dead inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. So a 40-plus yard punt, no return, and MICDS will have the ball at their own 33-yard line. MICDS with the Ram logo on their helmet, that maroon or reddish color, and they got their all-white tops and bottoms with the maroon down the pant leg. Maroon numbers and letters. Some schools call it cardinal. Everybody calls it different colors. It's a shade of red. How about that? So here we go. 1st and 10, ball at their own 33-yard line. Moore at quarterback in the pistol. Has a running back behind him. Backfield, 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. And Moore going to take it himself. Gets to the outside on his horse. Inside the 50 to the 45. Cut back to the 40, 35. Inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. 2007, my very first year broadcasting Harrisonville Wildcat football. That looked very similar to a quarterback they had back then. His name, Sean Ransburg. And right out of the pistol formation, just like Coach Bouchard liked to run it. And he takes off for a big 1st down. Ball inside the 35 to 34.
33-yard run.
So 2 wide receivers set to your right side, pistol formation again, 4 more. And this time he's going to hand it off up the middle, no pitches it back, keeps it himself, faked the pitch, faked me out up here, about a 9-yard run. Espen Glenn with the tackle. Going to bring up 2nd down and about a yard here. I will tell you right now, MICDS comes out this year, Class 5 program. They've been in Class 4 the last several years. I wouldn't be surprised we don't hear about MICDS playing a certain team from Southwest Missouri in the state championship game this year.
I totally agree.
So 2 wide receivers left, 2 to your right, pistol formation in the backfield. Here we go on 2nd down and 1. Looking to pass this time. They throw it down or in the flats, but incomplete. Looked like maybe a little bit of an interesting route there. I don't know if Weaver knew what that route was, but I believe Dominic Weaver, number 22, this is 1st year playing organized football.
Yeah, Dominic Weaver and also number 38, Jeremiah Clay, both 1st year playing football, from what Coach Bouchard was saying.
So they're going to bring up a 3rd down and short here. Looks like he's got Cooper in the backfield along with Hall. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers left side. And this time he's going to go misdirection. No, he's going to pass. Passes out in the flats over the head. Cats try to wrap up the receiver on the flats. Little running back kind of wheel route out of the backfield. Screen pass to Cooper. But it's going to bring up a 4th down and short. So good open field tackle by the Cats there. Brings up 4th down and a couple.
Like being in a 4th down situation there.
You know Fred Bouchard going to go for it on 4th down and short here. So 4th down and about 3 coming up. Pistol formation with split backs behind the quarterback Moore. Again, Cooper and Hall in the backfield. That pass was caught by Cooper. Here we go on 4th down and about 3. And they jump off sides on the hard count. I believe that was Andrew Arnold came across the line.
You can expect that on 4th down about every time.
So it'll be a 1st down for MICDS at the Cat 21-yard line. So 1st and 10 coming up. Pistol formation, wide receiver to the left, wide receiver to the right. And they're going to go on the misdirection. Counter to the backside, to the 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown, MICDS and Stephen Hall. So they go on the counter, and it is a touchdown. And just like that, MICDS up 6-0. And you see down there in the bottom corner of your screen, you have the Warren Mounts Agency scoreboard. And, of course, every broadcast brought to you by Church & Dwight Company of Harrisonville, one of the top employers in the Harrisonville area. First quarter brought to you by CPSK Insurance. Extra point coming up. Set to kick it, Orzon. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's 7-0. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
When you're searching for insurance, call an agent in town that can protect you. Call CPSK for auto, life, renter's boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy you want covered. CPSK Insurance is an auto owner's affiliate, so call and talk to Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. Business coverage is available as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at www.cpskinsurance.com and let your local agents go to work for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. MICDS up 7-0 with 7:33 to go here first quarter. This is a, preseason game, but one of the things Harrisonville's done, Gary, for the last several years, they're not going to be afraid to play somebody to start the season. And we've talked about all the places we've been, Augusta, Kansas, to Hannibal, to Rogers, Arkansas, Wayne Hills, New Jersey coming here. All right, we're having problems with Gary's mic. We will get him brought back in here in just a second. 7:33 to go here, and here comes the kickoff. High end over end kick again, going to take by Lawful at about the 2. He's to the 15, up to the 20, and sandwiched at about the 22 again. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Cats.
That last drive by MICDS, five plays, 67 yards, took 2 hours, or 2 hours, 2 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock, culminated by a 21-yard touchdown run by Hall.
That scoring summary brought to you by Lacey Dominic Agency, Shelter Insurance Agent here in town. Lacey Dominic, and we've got the water break coming up, so we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this.
Hey, Harrisonville. Say hi to several friendly faces from your neighborhood Culver's, home of delicious Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard that's always cooked to order. Stop by and try our double Butterburger with cheese, made with fresh, never frozen beef, seared on the grill as you order on a lightly buttered and toasted bun. And for dessert, grab a rich and creamy fresh frozen custard made in small batches all day long. See you there. Go Wildcats.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It'll be 1st and 10. Of course, in August, Gary, it's hot in Missouri, so we have those mandatory water breaks in the first and the third quarter about halfway through, and we just had ours, and they're on the sidelines talking things over a little bit. 7:27 to go here first quarter, 7-0 Rams. Cats went 3 and out. Looked like the Cats had slowed them down inside the 30, and then an offside with 4th and 3 turned it into a first down, and then like 2 plays later, touchdown.
Yeah, and they had three big plays, a 33-yard run by Moore, a 9-yard run by Moore, and then that touchdown by Hall, 21 yards. So that was, big plays is what really took that drive to the end zone.
So here we go. Mitchell up under center here. 2 backs in the backfield will be Reynolds and Moore in motion. They're going to go with Baker. And we're going to have a flag. Looks like we'll have a procedure call on the Cats. No, offsides on the defense. So lined up in the neutral zone maybe. So 1st and 5 now for the Cats. I want to thank all our great sponsors. We've talked about it. I haven't got a list done. We got to start it a little bit late. I would love to go over all of our sponsors. We've got several new sponsors this year, and we've got some of our old hats that have been with us since the get-go in 2016 at the state championships, and we'll talk about those as things go along here. Under center is Mitchell at about the 27-yard line. In motion, they're going to go with Baker. Around he goes in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff. They're going to look to throw, and they throw it over in the flats. Caught. That is right up the middle. I think that is Josiah Sims up. Oh, so it was Moore. He snuck out of the backfield there. Got about 3 on it. Going to bring up 2nd down and a pair. So 2nd down and about 2 for the Cats here with 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 2 wide receivers set to your left, 1 to your right. Single back in the backfield. And they're going to go in motion and bring Reynolds back into the backfield with Moore. Set it up and hand it off for Reynolds. And he's breaking into the secondary to the 45, to midfield. His first big run of the ball game. 49-yard line and a first down.
20-yard run.
That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. I told you we still had some old sponsors that we've had for years. Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center is one of them. Ball down to the 49-yard line with 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. Two wide receivers set again out to that left side. They like to bring Reynolds in motion, but this time they're going to go pistol formation. More behind Mitchell. And Mitchell going to keep it himself. He's got a lane. First down run, 11 yards. Down to the 38-yard line into first and 10. And that's another Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Down to the 38-yard line. A lot of big games in the Kansas City area tonight. Liberty North, Lee Summit North. Two teams that played for a chance to go to the state title last year. They're playing tonight. Of course, this game here is pretty big itself. Wide receiver to your left, 3 to your right. Under center, they're going to go in motion with Baker. He's going to go around and go back towards this sideline. Reynolds going to get about a yard on that one. So they like to run Baker in a motion, and then he comes and wraps around the quarterback. Travis, what would you call that?
It's really it's basically a shuffle back to a motion. They'll just call that a tail motion for the most part. And it's to get your defense shifting one way, run in misdirection, and they're starting to get into a few sets here that are kind of throwing them off a little bit, and that misdirection's starting to take.
Well, and I'm sure there is something that comes off of that later on.
Absolutely. Under center going to be Mason Mitchell. In motion is Baker, and they're going to go straight motion. They're going to throw it out in the flats for Reynolds. He catches it, gets on his feet, inside of the 35, down to about the 32. And it's going to bring up third down and 4 for the Cats. 5-yard catch and run by Nate Reynolds. And it'll bring up third down for the Cats in MICDS territory down to the 33-yard line.
You know what's interesting about these two coaches especially is you're going to get a lot of looks. This first game of the season, that's not usually typical. They're kind of figuring out what their bread and butter is going to be, and you're seeing a lot here.
So here we go, third down and 4. Split backs in the backfield, wide receiver left, wide receiver right. In motion they go again with Baker. And they're going to get him offside. That'll be a first down for the Wildcats. So MICDS returning the favor there and giving a first down on a penalty. And they are not happy over on the far sideline right now. Now, I don't see there's the sweater vest. I had to find the sweater vest on the far sideline.
It didn't take long to find the sweater vest after that penalty.
Yeah, no, it did not. So it'll be a first down and 10 down to the 28. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, Coach Fred Richard is famous for his sweater vest and polos underneath those, and a tie. 3 wide receivers, 2 one side, right, 1 to your left. In motion they go. Mitchell looking to throw. He's going to hold it and carry it, and it'll be close to a original line, and penalty going to come as Mitchell's helmet come flying off. I don't know if they call a face mask on that, but bad thing is Espin's going to have to come in for a play because Mitchell's helmet flew off.
Does that, after a penalty though, if it's on that player, does he still have to come off? I'm not sure.
And actually, I'm not sure that it came off during the play. When he stood up, I think he may have adjusted it himself, and the penalty after a penalty is a great question, Gary.
So it looks like Mitchell's back out on the field. So Mason Mitchell comes back out onto the field. I saw Mason pulling in today when I was pulling in and pulled in his truck. And I said, hey, why don't you have your number down there on your parking space? He goes, that's only for seniors. I said, come on. They're not going to let QB number 1 have his number down there? So first and 10 coming up for the Cats inside the 20 in the red zone down to the 15-yard line. So the Cats in business here. Tribble flanked out to your left. Baker out to the right. Split backs are Moore and Reynolds in the backfield behind Mitchell. In motion goes Baker. And now they're going to hand off for Reynolds. Reynolds inside the 15 to the 10. Going to bring a 5-yard run. So hard to bring down on that first hit, just like his brother.
Just like his brother. I mean, that's what's good and bad. It's bad because he takes so many hits as such a young player. He's going to be doing this for another 2 years, all this year and another 2 more years. All the hits he's going to take because he is such a tough player.
Absolutely. So we're going to go 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Shotgun formation. Reynolds next to Mitchell. They're going to go in motion with Moore. He's going to go set up off the end on second down and take it right up the middle again is Reynolds. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. I got a feeling that his brother is watching up in Kirksville, Missouri at Truman State University tonight. That is where he is playing football at. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's not watching this ball game tonight.
Oh, I'm interested to say. I mean, little brother get to watch big brother, for so many years now. It's kind of reversed a little bit.
And now little brother probably going to leave after the game and go see big brother play tomorrow.
Probably so.
So 3rd down and 5, coming up ball at the 10-yard line for the Cats. Again, triple flanked out to your left. To your right is Baker. Split back to the backfield. In motion goes Baker once more. And here we go. And Mitchell looks back and going to set things back up here. And
timeout, Harrisonville.
Didn't like what they saw, so they're going to call a quick timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Harrisonville driving down 7-0 with 2:03 to go in the first.
Work late? Kids got a game. Late night hunger. Good news, Domino's of Harrisonville is open until midnight or later every day. Instead of making a late night dinner or going through another takeout, order the Domino's app and pick up or even have it delivered. Dinner for the whole family, 1 click away on the Domino's app. Don't forget the garlic knots and dessert when you order. Domino's, your late night pizza stop.
All right, welcome back to Memorial Stadium on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School, Harrisonville, Missouri. It is Friday Night Lights 2022, the 7th season of Friday Night Lights, brought to you by 4T's Streaming and Broadcasting. 2016, Jerry and I had a vision. Well, Jerry says I had the vision. I said, hey, let's get the band together. We had done a couple of broadcasts before. I said they were playing for the district championship against Grain Valley. They won that game, and it just built from there. We played Webb City, beat them for the first time ever down in Webb City. Then the following weekend, we beat Parkway North to go to the state championship game, and then took it to Kearney in the state title game, and the rest is, well, they say, history. Here we go. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers, your left, 1 your right. In motion is Baker. And here they go. They're going to fake the handoff. No, Mitchell finds a seam. Going to get close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it, but it's going to be close here. It'll be either 4th and inches or a first down. They're going to call it 4th down. So a little bit short here on 4th down. I don't know. We're not sure if you can hear Gary or not. We're trying to get all those kinks. Now, I don't know. Okay, now he's switching things up here. I didn't know what happened there. So 1:29 to go here, first quarter, 7-0 the score. 4th down and short coming up. And if you want to get a first down on the quarterback sneak, you better push quick because you got 350 up there on the front. So here they go, and the ball is snapped to Reynolds, and on the turf. And I think they were trying to trick play there. I think what they were trying to do was maybe run motion down the line with Mitchell acting as though he didn't know what the play was or talking about the play to pitch back to Reynolds, and Reynolds wasn't ready for the snap.
It could have been a hard count as well. They were going for another one, and center went ahead and snapped the ball as we were trying to get a timeout there, I believe.
So MICDS will take over on about their own 8-yard line. They dodge a bullet there. Cats were in business and going to bring a first down and 10. I liked what I saw out of the Harrisonville offense, though, Gary, on that drive, showing a lot of different looks. 2 wide receivers to your right, and this time they're going to hand off on the misdirection again, and up the middle they go into the secondary, cut back, and that is on his horse.
We got a flag down, though.
There is a flag down. I thought I heard flag. Yep, there's a flag way down here. Hall all the way to the end zone, but I believe it's going to be coming back.
And with that being a hold completely away from the cutback, Fred Bouchard's not going to be very happy about that.
I was going to say, I bet. So holding on the back side of the play, and that is in. But you know what? I will tell you, Travis, and you know this, playing on the line, sometimes on those cutbacks, you hold that block just a little bit too long, they're going to call you for that hold, and that's what happened right there.
Absolutely, yeah. No, when he changed field and had the cutback, the kid absolutely held on way too long. They ended up tied up going all the way to the ground, and not that he knows that the running back's right on his hip. He did held on a little bit too long and ended up being away from the play.
It would have been a 92-yard touchdown run, and instead it's coming all the way back. It'll be first down and about 6.
Instead, he got to warm up.
Yeah, now he's got to catch his breath and do it all over again. So it turns out to be a 87-yard penalty on MICDS there. So again, Hall and Cooper in the backfield. In the pistol formation, quarterback is Moore. And they're going to pitch it back this time to Cooper. Cooper tries to get the outside, breaks the first tackle, and is hit at the line of scrimmage on the far side. Polk, the junior. You know, one thing, Gary, I've noticed rolling down these rosters on both sides, you know what I see a lot of? Sophomores and juniors. We're not sure. We're not sure if we got Gary or not.
He's not. Yeah, no, a lot of young talent, and I mean that is fairly typical for both of these coaches to get those guys playing early, and it just sometimes comes through that way.
So second down and about 4 coming up. Pistol formation, 2 backs behind the quarterback. And we got a whistle and a flag. We have a legal procedure this time. And we got a cat on the ground as well on the far side. So we'll see what the penalty is here. Almost into the first quarter here. So coming off the field right there is Wyatt Bradshaw. I wasn't able to see what the, oh, here we go.
No.
So we'll bring up a repeat of second down, 5-yard penalty, second down and about 9.
Yeah, well, there's first game, we're going to have some of these jitters, both with Tech and the players. So, be a couple of this back and forth.
It was an illegal substitution. I think maybe too many people in the backfield or in the huddle. So that'll end the quarter. 1 quarter in the book, 7-0 Rams. We'll be back after this.
Before every big purchase, you have to prepare. Prepare the easy way by calling Harrisonville's Farmers Insurance agent, Brad Sainer. Brad will make sure there are no holes in your coverage and take care of you with any lives mishaps. Prepare for great insurance coverage by calling Brad Sainer at 816-974-8105. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back. Get ready for the second quarter. 12 minutes on the clock as we go to second quarter action. Cats down 7-0. And we're going to flip-flop sides. And I believe it'll be second and 9 coming up here. I'm going to click on this, go through some schedules for you. Another game of interest for me in the Kansas City area tonight is William Chrisman and Grandview. Couple of reasons. Number one, Grandview's in our district this year, but number two, there's a gentleman that starts at wide receiver for William Chrisman. His name is Chase Grammer. So I will be interested to see how Chase does tonight.
Why is that of interest to you? Is your last name Grammer?
Might be. So it'll bring up a second down and 9. Trying to find the scores here. I think I lost.
What an interesting first quarter. I mean, 7-0, and we've got them deep in their territory. If we can hold them here, make them punt out of this, then we would get good field position. That'd be a great place to have.
So pistol formation coming up again. They got that 2 backs behind the quarterback in the backfield as Moore has been the quarterback. He had a couple of long runs on that first drive. And here they go.
Ball's on the
turf. And
safety! Safety
for the Cats! And it will be a safety, 7-2. Great heads-up play by the Cats right there. And it'll be a kickoff for MICDS.
Well, that's better than holding them and getting the punt. We get 2 points and then a punt.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot riding on this game, in my opinion, Gary. Not really for MICDS, but for the Harrisonville Wildcats. You have a lot of new coaching faces out there. You have a new head coach as your old head coach. But I think they kind of want to show people, hey, we're still down here in Harrisonville, and we can still make a little bit of noise.
And, part of that with the new and old, you have some former players that are back around, some other former secondary coaches that are back as well. And so they kind of, you speak of bringing the band back together, and there's a lot of that going on in Harrisonville and playing, a former head coach from Harrisonville. You're going to see Coach Nolan have a pretty good idea, maybe knowing this coach about as well as anybody.
I didn't see who got the tackle on that. Anybody?
I did not either. I could not tell in the far corner. Several of them on that one.
It was off of this left side. Ball was on the ground, a little previous, and they just made a good heads-up play.
So, means a free kick coming from their own 20. And let's see, a little bit of excitement now in the air for the Wildcats here. Deep in their own territory, they get the safety. And there's going to be a kickoff coming.
I think in the years that we've been doing this, I'm trying to remember of another safety that we've actually had.
I don't
recall one.
I don't know that we've had one, Gary.
They are generally far and few between.
So we are ready for the kickoff from MICDS to your Wildcats. 11:55 to go, first half, 7-2 your score. Cats with a 2-run homer, pull it to within 5. There's a kick, end over end kick, and it's going to squib and be picked up at about the 40 to the 45-yard line. So Cats are going to be in excellent field position after a great play on defense.
Number 9, Stephen Hall with the special teams tackle for the Rams.
What's interesting about those safeties is that you got to have the situation, and then you have to have the play that goes ahead and follows it up and execute it while you're there.
Yeah, and truly, Moore is quite the athlete, and he was trying to use his athletic ability to get outside of it, but we were quick enough to be able to get to him. That was what was the impressive side of that part.
Absolutely,
of it.
You got to know who you're playing. Some you can get away from, some you can't.
So here we go, 1st and 10, ball at their own 43-yard line. Split backs in the backfield in motion. They're going to run with Baker. Handoff for Moore. Moore's going to get a couple. Ball on the ground, and it's going to be covered up by the Cats.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to pull that there and maybe clamp down a little hard.
And Gary, having had a son that ran that mesh play frequently, how hard is it to get the timing down on that with a quarterback and a running back and know when you're doing it and when you're not?
Well, the thing about it is, after years, it makes it easier with the same quarterback and the running back in that mesh point. But I'll tell you, it's still, there's times whenever you want to pull the ball back out, he's already clamped down on it, and then it's almost a tug of war who gets it, and the quarterback has to release it.
So 2nd down and about 6 for the Cats. Reynolds, the lone back in the backfield. Mitchell under center. 2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. And Mitchell going to look and pitch it back and nowhere to go for Reynolds. But somehow it's on his feet.
He's gone.
To the house. Nate Reynolds.
Wow.
He was dead to rights in the backfield right there, folks. And what happened? He stutter steps and takes off for the touchdown. What a play. I'll watch it here on my screen again.
53-yard touchdown
I mean,
play.
you watch it right here. Oh, 3-4 guys around him. He stops, cuts back.
There was a
and he's
flag.
gone.
That's somebody not giving up on a play. So a lot of people will be dead to rights and go ahead and make it easy to kind of go down. And he's going to run that play out. He does just that and breaks free.
And it's going to be a block in the back, so this one will be coming back. Both teams had long runs cut down here. I believe it'll still be a first down.
So the sophomores run will be called back. Block in the back, the official call. So the ball will be marched back.
That's also one of the problems, though, with all the over pursuit and everything. People running out, inside out, and that's going to happen every once in a while.
And I'm sorry, when Nate Reynolds gets into the secondary and he's 10 yards from
Stop
anybody,
touching
just
people.
don't touch anybody. Just take your hands off and
Yeah.
fall down. You don't want to do that. So 1st and 10 for the Cats down to the 33-yard line. I'll let Gary do the math on that because it was a 53-yard run, so it ends up.
It was a 31-yard run, then a 10-yard penalty.
So
21 would be math on that.
thank you. 10:49 here to go here, first half. Cats knocking down on the door here down to the 33. Offense has moved the ball in the second and third series, so I like to see that by this Wildcat offense here. You're going to bring a 1st and 10 ball to the 33. Mitchell brings his team up, and it'll be a shotgun formation, and offside's going to be the call there. Timeout called by Coach Maxwell. We'll take a timeout as well. 10:23 to go first half. 7-2 our score.
Before every big purchase, you have to prepare. Prepare the easy way by calling Harrisonville's Farmers Insurance agent, Brad Sainer. Brad will make sure there are no holes in your coverage and take care of you with any lives mishaps. Prepare for great insurance coverage by calling Brad Sainer at 816-974-8105. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
10:01 to go here. First half, 7-2 is our score. Both teams still on their sidelines talking it over here. Just trying to scroll down, looking at a couple of different scores here. Another interesting tidbit. I was looking at the not conference districts that came out today. They released those on the opening day of the season now. Butler has dropped to a Class 1 team this year.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, so Butler down to Class 1, which is crazy. Lafayette and Benton are both Class 3 up in St. Joe, so losing students up there.
Yeah.
So some crazy numbers around the way.
Those redrawn every
year now. They used to be every 2
Okay,
years.
that's what I thought.
They've switched it up to every year.
1st and 10 for the Cats. Action on the far side.
First down and 10 coming up. Ball under center. In motion, they're going to go. Around the way goes Baker. He's going to look back and set things back up with 10 seconds on the play clock in that split back formation. And they're going to snap it and hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to get
Another
a couple.
flag.
And it's going to be offside or false start on the Cats, and that will bring it back.
Flag is thrown. We'll wait for the official call.
They're going to need to get used to a little bit of that timing. I like the fact that they run that motion, see if it's going to do anything to the defense, and then have an ability to check that. I think it's going to do wonders once they keep mixing things up, if they can stay balanced and kind of get that rhythm going.
It looks like he left his guy. It looks like he should have been up on the line of scrimmage there on that one. So,
but especially coming reset, you got to remember where you need to be for sure.
Well, it also looks like Mitchell when he walks up to the line. He's got his hands behind him. I think he's motioning. They've probably got two plays, similar, one side, one the other, and he motions which way they're going to go. And depending on the motion, then he may change it and check off to something else.
So here we go. First down and 15 now for the Cats. In motion again, they go with Baker. He goes around that end and looks back to the throw. And now Mitchell out of the pocket. He's flushed. And he's going to throw it away. Going to bring up second down and 15. So heads up play by Mitchell.
Yep.
So second down and 15 coming up for the Cats. Ball again at about the 42-yard line.
That's where a little experience helps. You know, when you've got that, to not try to get whenever you're running to the line and you don't have anywhere to go ahead and get rid of it.
not
wait for another day and
not do too much.
Not try to force something, because when you force it, a lot of times it ends up in the wrong hands.
Very few quarterbacks can force something downfield and make something happen, and usually they play in the NFL, and their name is Patrick Mahomes.
I would agree.
Second down and 15 coming up. 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. Shotgun formation this time, Moore next to Mitchell. And this time they're going to run the option to the near side, pitch it back to Moore. He's going to cut back, good cutback. Gets to about the 37, and he is knocked down. Going to bring up a third down. So good job to get back to the line of scrimmage. Made that first guy miss, but good tackling by the Rams brings up a third down and long for the Cats here. Ball from the 38-yard line.
Well, that penalty is really coming back to haunt them now.
So now third and long. You got to feel like you're in 4-down territory, though. So they tried something on second down. Now you get about half of it back. Go for it on fourth down. So third down and long coming up. Now Mitchell and Reynolds in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. In motion they come with Baker. And now Mitchell looking to throw. He's still looking. He's going to throw it. Has his man open at the 30, down to the 25.
First down.
First down, Wildcats. Good open field run.
Who was that?
What a play right there. That was
Holden.
He had about a 5-yard gain, broke the first tackle, got hit 5 yards from the first down, and makes the first down.
You both scared me. I thought you said holding.
Slade Holden. So first down and 10 for the Cats at the Trophies Maytag Home Appliance Center. First down. Think Trophies first when you think home appliances.
And he gets some high fives when he comes off the field there, because that kept that drive going.
So first and 10 down to the 22. Wide receiver to your left, 2 wide receivers to your left and 2 to your right. Shotgun formation in motion. They go with Moore. He's off the end. They're going to hand off for Reynolds. Reynolds hitting the backfield and wrapped up and taken down when he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain on that one. Brings up second down with 8:33 to go here first half. 4T's broadcast tonight brought to you by our good friends at Church & Dwight Company, one of the top employers in the West Central area is Church & Dwight. And, of course, our new scoreboard sponsor is the Warren Mounts Agency. Second down and 11.
This is a different lineup.
Bunch in the backfield. They're going to go in motion, it looks
The
like,
Wildcat
with
to
Mitchell.
Reynolds.
And then the Reynolds looks to throw, and he's
open.
And he threw it a little bit there. Nate can play a little quarterback, and he had his man open, but he underthrew it a little bit when he tried to cut back. So going to bring up third down and 11 here.
Number 5, Cortland Dalton, the senior, once again on the action. Got his hand on the ball.
You know, Fred Richard told me something before the game, and it stuck with me, and I'm seeing it a little bit from Harrisonville here. You know why you put those plays in, even if they don't work? Because then you got to make a plan for it.
You got to defend it.
And right there, Maxwell, a Bouchard disciple, pulls out one of Fred's tricks.
Absolutely. Everyone in the future is going to have to prepare for that and take up practice time.
So third down and 11. Wide receiver to left, wide receiver to right, split backs in the backfield. Under center is Mitchell. Going to go in motion now with Reynolds, and they're going to go in to round. Nope. Mitchell going to try to keep it himself, bring up a fourth down and 10.
And you know, when you have plays designed like that and you put 1 or 2 in a week, by the end of the season that you have 25 that a team's trying to defend for, it takes up a big old chunk of practice time.
So that's going to bring up a fourth down and 10. Checking in is Drogi. Ball at the 23. 7:17 to go here in the first half. Fourth down coming up. 2 wide receivers left, to your right. Lone back in the backfield is Reynolds. And Mitchell going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it out in the flats. Has his man nowhere to go this time. I believe that was Drogi. Nope, that was Baker. And he is tackled immediately. And MICDS going to take over at their own 25 with 6:56 to go here first half. So the Cats were knocking on the door, but nothing doing there, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for MICDS. So the Cats have had their opportunities here in the first half, just not able to capitalize.
Yep, and I mean, again, first game of the season, you're going to start seeing what is going to be where you're going to put your faith in things, bread and butter, what's going to be your style. And then, come week 3, 4, 5, that's when it's time to start capitalizing, being the best, in the best shape as you head into the districts and postseason.
And that's why Harrisonville plays these games. You play an MICDS, you play a Maryville, you play, all these other schools that you've played over the years, because as Gary and I have said, you don't win trophies in September, they're won in November.
Yep.
And that's why you want to get to where you get. The defending state champions are in the other district of the Kansas City area. So if you can get out of your own district, you're going to have the state champions waiting in your way too.
Yeah, and this early, you're likely to play some of the most intense ball that you're going to have all year. It makes the rest of the season a little bit easier.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 now for MICDS. Moore in the backfield. He has Cooper and Hall with him. Behind him in that pistol formation, 2 wide receivers to your left side. And this time they're going to hand off. This time again, they get it to the
Good
outside.
tackle.
Hall.
Good tackle.
And he is taken down. Lawful grabbed a hold and took him down. Wouldn't give it up.
Which is kind of scary because they had at least 2-on-1 on the outside here. Glad that he didn't give him much time to make a decision.
So 2nd down and 10. So good open field tackle by Lawful on that one.
The trouble with a triple option look is you can pretty much always have the numbers.
So again, a pistol. You got a running back next to him, one behind him, and they're going to pitch it back.
Reverse
pass. Reverse pass back, wide open down, and he
dropped
dropped it. Sometimes you're too wide open. Dominic Weaver was 20 yards clear of all of them, and he just went through his hand. Sometimes that's the hardest catch for a wide receiver.
Well, he was wanting to take off before he caught the ball because he knew he was so wide open, but he knew it was so high of a throw that people were converging on him, and that's why he was trying to get ready to go run before he caught the ball.
And here's the thing we talked about before the game, Dominic Weaver's first time playing football.
Yep.
That was a first-time mistake.
Yep.
You saw end zone, you're trying to run, and without the ball, and that's one of those things they teach you.
Should be lots of talkings twos there.
But that's a learning thing for a first-year player.
Absolutely.
And by the end of the year, he'll be making that catch, and he'll be making a touchdown because he's a sprinter. So if he could have caught the ball, probably no one would have caught him.
So 3rd down now, 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Rollout is Moore, looking to run it. Has it at the 30, going to go out of bounds at about the 31. A lot of shake and bake there by Moore, but he couldn't get away from the tackles on the near sideline. Looks like Polk in there, along with a couple of others, going to bring up 4th down and 4.
Well, do they go for it or do they punt?
I mean, it's Fred Bouchard. Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, they didn't bring in the punter, so I've got to believe that they're going for it.
Well, they went hard count earlier, so.
Also, so a hard count and timeout, or possibly even they haven't put any points up besides the safety, so your defense you're pretty confident right now as well.
Looks like they're trying that hard count. Nobody's moving this time. And sometimes, maybe catch them off balance here with about 8 seconds and then snap it. And they are going to snap it. They're going to pitch it back to the side for Hall. He's got a seam, and he's got a 1st down. So again, that's one of those things. I've always said that if you're going to go for it on a 4th down, get up there, hard count it, and then mount 9 seconds when everybody thinks you're just going to sit there and let it go, then take off.
And also, you might have another shot at a hard count. When you do one early, try again at that 2nd time so your defense isn't ready to fire away.
So under 6 to go first half, 5:55, 7-2 is our score.
And I saw Fred actually make a motion out there to him. He wanted the field out to the wide side, and he had athletes out there.
And a new quarterback in there. This time they're throwing it to, I believe, the other quarterback. That was Gold in there, the sophomore, and he threw it to Moore, who was in playing quarterback. Or was wide receiver that time, I'm sorry.
he might have a little bit of a two-quarterback look here and trying to see early on in the season who's going to take that spot over.
He is. Well, that quarterback is a sophomore, so we know Fred Bichard and what he likes as far as underclassmen. He wants to give him some experience this year.
Yep.
So here we go on the shotgun. They're going to go over the middle.
Oh!
Knocked away. Great defense by the Cats there as they converge Espen Glenn and Cameron Lawful.
Well, and you have a pretty solid team up down here with Coach Nolan and Coach Hanna, and know exactly what Bichard likes to run on those seams with those tight ends. So their eyes are going to be on that reading all night.
I'm going to tell you right now, the group of cornerbacks that they've got out there, a cornerback and actually a safety out there, that whole defensive back group is probably the best I've seen Harrisonville field since about 2016. And
Screen.
The screen right up the middle. The big guy, Shooty, for the first down up to the 45 of the Cats.
Those third and mids are just, you can open up the whole playbook. It's a coin flip and more when you talk about what plays you can utilize, especially in the middle of the field.
So 1st and 10 coming up. And quarterback now is Gold, still in there at wide receiver this time is Moore.
Ball
on the ground and nowhere for him to go. And it's going to be a loss of about 2. Cats were quick to get in there. Polk and a few others. And also in on it was Zach Dye.
Those plays right there, for early on in the season happen. At least you have guys there to go ahead and get it on the ground. So many times you see them go ahead and pick the ball up and run when nobody's paying attention and make something out of nothing.
So bring up a 2nd down and 11, 4:20 to go. First half, 7-2 is our score. Second quarter sponsor is Aikens PC Repair. So pistol formation again this time for Gold. And Gold looking to throw. He's going to fire. He's got his man, and it is caught through the fingertips of about 4 different players and picked up by Coleman. Down to the 19-yard line. So ball down to the 19 with 4:01 to go here in the half. 7-2 your score. Gold in the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 to his right. And he's got Hall with him. He hands off to Hall. Hall through the first seam and stays on his feet down to about the 12. And in the red zone is 3:35 to go. 3:35 to go here in the first half. So 2nd down and about 3. 3:25 to go. 3 wide receivers out to the near side, right side. They're going to throw a little flat route to Moore. Moore's inside the 10 and shake and bake to the 5. Stays on his feet and going to fall at about the 4-yard line. So a 1st and goal coming up. Several blue helmets in on that one for the Cats, including number 65, Owen Adair. So 3:05 to go here in the first half. 7-2 is the score. Ball under 3 to go here first half. So 1st and goal coming up. Moore back at quarterback, wide receiver out to your left side, split backs in the backfield. And they're going to hand off to Hall. Hall, cut back inside the 5, hammered at the 3, nowhere to go. Great job. Polk, the first one in there, man. We're calling his name left and right. Several others in there to help as well, including Jack San Nicholas. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from about the 3. So 2:20 to go here in the first half.
This is where we see they've got the option of getting a touchdown and we've seen this before.
3 running backs set here, and they're going to go off the end, ball on the ground, and a touchdown. So maybe not a ball on the ground. I think they just went off the end there and squirted into the end zone for 6. makes it 13-2.
Winston Moore, the quarterback keeper.
So that will be a touchdown, and it's 13-2 with an extra point coming up. Orson set to kick it. Snap is bad, and it is going to be downed at the 10, and it'll stay 13-2. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
29, Cameron Lawful. Then on the action for the Cats.
Everyone needs an advocate in the insurance world. Let Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance be an advocate for you. With free policy review and quotes, she aims to help you weigh your options. With auto, home, life, and business insurance, Lacey wants you to have a positive and friendly experience. A former Wildcat herself, it is important for Lacey to support the community and Wildcats. Call today to set up an appointment at 816-380-2700 with Lacey.
All right, 2:03 to go here, first half, and that scoring summary brought to you by Lacey Domnick Shelter Insurance.
13-yard play. I didn't think I'm on. Am I on?
Yes, you're
Yep.
on.
Sorry. Took 5 minutes, 13 plays, 75 yards, touchdown, ending with a 2-yard touchdown run by Moore with 2:03 left in the second.
So 2:03 to go here, second quarter, and the score 13-2. Harrisonville trails in this one, and they've had their opportunities, Gary, just not been able to get in the end zone. They had the long touchdown run negated by a block in the back, and other than that, just kind of the drive before that stalled out as well.
Yeah, I mean, they had a 15-yard drive.
Here's the kick.
And here's the kick. It is going to be taken by Lawful at the 20 and to the 25, 24-yard line. Remember to sign up for the Sonic Kick Return Contest, as we will be giving away a gift card. It starts at $50, and we'll add $10 to it every week. If the Cats return a kick for a touchdown, somebody will get a free or a nice-sized gift card, at least $50. So ball at the 24-yard line, 1:57 to go here, first half.
Their starting positions 22, 23, 24, 43, so pretty consistent. Other than that one where they got the safety in the punt.
So 13-2 the score. In motion they're going to go. Reynolds in the backfield. And they're going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to get about 3 yards. And that'll be about it on first down. So 13-2 is our score. 1:49 to go here in the first half. Timeout going to be called by MICDS. And, oh, is that not expert? Fred Bouchard again. Going to call a timeout. Knows he could get a stop here. He can get the ball back and try to punch another one in before halftime as he gets the ball back at halftime.
Yeah, he's going to utilize everything he can. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, he's got all his timeouts left, so therefore it doesn't make any difference. He'll use them all here. If we don't get some yardage here, he'll use another one.
So 1:48 to go here in the first half. 13-2 is the score. Thank all our great sponsors that have come on board this year. You've been hearing some of their great commercials. We have a new scoreboard sponsor this year, the Warren Mounts Agency. We also have Church and Dwight as our title sponsor. Second quarter is Aikens PC Repair. We got something cool coming up at a halftime. We have a mental health minute with one of our new sponsors, the Wellness Counseling Centers here in Harrisonville. I'll tell you, Gary, it's one of those things, mental health is at the forefront of a lot of people's minds these days, and we have some great people right here in town that can take care of you if you have anything you need to talk about.
And it's important to be able to ask for that help, because there are a lot of people that think it's not good to ask for help. Well, it's one of the most important things you can do to ask for help.
We're having trouble. I think Gary's having trouble hearing himself. He's about to pull his hair out. Well,
what hair? I don't have any hair.
What hair he's got left? Hey, I'm right behind you. I got a big old spot up there too. So second down and 7 coming up. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. In motion, they're going to go. Mitchell under center. And they're going to fake the handoff, look to throw. Now Mitchell's got his
He's
man.
open.
He's open, and he just – and right there, there's your Baker kind of flattened his route out a little bit. If he would have gone straight down, I think that would have went right into his hands, and he kind of flattened it out to the sideline a little bit too much there.
Yeah, and now that gave them not have to call a timeout, so that gives them one on offense. If we don't get a first down here, obviously he's going to call a timeout. We'll be punting. He'll have probably a minute 30 left at least with one timeout left to work with.
And we've seen they can score quickly. So here we go.
Well, obviously they've got some very good athletes on the other side of the ball, so they can score very quickly.
Two wide receivers to your left side. In motion is Baker, and they're going to roll out here. They're going to pitch it back to Moore, and he got it back behind him a little bit, and Moore going to take a tackle at about the 29-yard line, and there is a timeout with 1:35 to go, just like we said would happen. And the Cats are going to have to punt here.
Like you've seen that happen a time or two there, Gary.
Maybe once, twice, 3 times. I mean, we've seen it happen before. But, you know, I'll tell a story right now when we got a timeout on the field. I'll tell a Fred Bouchard story real quick. 2007, playing at Grandview, and they're down 14-6, almost fourth quarter action. Call a timeout. They come over to the sidelines, and the seniors on the team were telling me, so Sean Rainsberg, quarterback that year, that was the last state championship run there in 07 of the 5. And they said, Coach just started picking up pebbles on the sideline and was moving them around saying, this is what we're going to do here, we're going to do this. And Sean, you're going to be open, you're going to run for a touchdown. And they were like, Coach, this hasn't worked all game. Why do you think it's going to work now? Very next play, Sean Rainsberg, 65-yard touchdown, made it 14-12, 2-point conversion to Donnie McLeod, tied up at 14.
Yep.
Fred Bouchard, onside kick. They get it. Next play, Donnie McLeod flips into the end zone for a touchdown. It's 21-14, and in about 5 minutes' time, it went from 14-6 Grandview to 35-14 Harrisonville.
That is very typical of what he can do with the clock.
And we got to look it up. We're getting ready for the punt here. We'll talk about it after this punt by Reynolds.
So I thought you might see a fake there.
And not a great punt there by Reynolds off the side of his foot. And that's going to give them excellent field position. And what I was going to say, I believe, we don't know for sure, but we were talking, I think Josh Freeman was the quarterback at Grandview at the time. If anybody knows that name, he went on to K-State and also played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So Freeman was actually my age or a year younger. So
Oh,
he would
okay.
have been the 06 season.
Okay, so then we were off. We couldn't remember if he was there or not. So leave it to know one of the Forschler boys was in school at that point in time. So
I was going to say, when were they not in school?
Now.
True.
Well,
so 1:30 to go, and
Short
MICDS has it at the 38 of the Cats. Be a huge victory for the Cats if they can keep them out of the end zone here in the last minute 30.
plus MICDS gets the ball after half, too. So
here we go, and they give it to Hall. Hall cuts back, 30-yard line. Brings up a second down and about 8. They're going to have to hurry it up. They do have one timeout to work with.
Yep, Harrisonville used one to stop some momentum if needed, and MICDS to stop the clock if needed.
So 1:09 to go here now. Moore, handoff again, Hall. Hall gets the first down. That'll stop the clock while they reset the chains. And there is a player down for MICDS, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. Looks like on the ground there, that is Peter Herzog.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes that is a ploy for a stopped clock. That does not look like one of those.
I'm thinking that probably where you didn't want to get hit.
Yeah, probably not.
Yes. And, you know, here's another thing. That name Herzog, so Cindy Herzog and the football parents, the Booster Club, sponsoring the MICDS Rams tonight on our broadcast. And the name Herzog, I want to know, is there any relation to Whitey? I don't know. Whitey Herzog, manager for the Cardinals for years and also for the Kansas City Royals back in the day. He is in the Hall of Fame, I believe, for both teams. So I don't know that there's any relation there, but still, I mean, a name synonymous with the St. Louis area. So 1:03 to go here in the first half. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Ready to upgrade your patio for those football watch parties? Call Ethan Young with 2-3 Construction Services to get started today. He can create a fun patio area complete with a fire pit in case it gets a bit chilly for one of those Wildcat or Chiefs fall nights. If a new driveway or floor for the shop is part of your upgrade, he will help you there as well. Call Ethan today at 816-533-2119 and 2-3 Construction Services to work for you. Ready to upgrade your patio for those football watch parties? Call Ethan.
And with 1:03, 13-2 is our score. So let's see how things roll here. Ball at the 23-yard line on a first down. So this isn't like the NFL where last 2 minutes of a half you get that timeout taken away. So now they still do have a timeout, but the clock is rolling. Pistol formation, 2 wide receivers to your left. This time they're going to fake it to Cooper, pitch it back to Hall. Hall on the outside, stutter steps, and is brought down at about the 16-yard line with 42.7, and I believe he was out of bounds, so that will stop the clock.
And you are going to see some action towards the sidelines for them to be conscious of that, to not have to burn that timeout. And make no mistake, Fred will always go for the touchdown, but he's looking to get 3 out of this at least.
So ball on the far sideline, and Harrisonville is going to call it timeout and talk things over with 42.7. We'll take a timeout as well, 13-2, almost halftime here.
You want the best price from the best dealership? At Max Motors, we make it easy. Purchase or order your next new vehicle at invoice pricing. We honor all A, X, Z, and D plans, supplier pricing, and industry offers. At Max Motors, we guarantee to beat any dealer's online price by $500. Check out the Max Motors Guarantee. Contact us for a hassle-free quote. Max Motors is the easiest place to buy a car with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
When you need a part for your vehicle or farm equipment, it's good to have someone local. Harrisonville Auto Parts, stocked with Napa products, is your local provider. No need to go to a national chain and pay marked up prices. Instead, keep your money and business local with Harrisonville Auto Parts. Next time the headlight goes out, head over to Harrisonville Auto Parts and have them take care of you. Next to Young's Tire and Wheel Center on Commercial.
Scores from our district and also conference. Grandview up 7-0 on William Chrisman, and then Warrensburg up 14-6 on Capital City. Looked like I saw a 7-7 game, Odessa and Southern Boone. 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Ooh, maybe been a little early there.
Fake, and then into the end zone, overthrows his target. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3 with 38.1 seconds to go. And back in there at quarterback was Gold.
You know, generally in these situations, you'll see somebody who sees 1 minute and 3 left on the clock, and they're either going to have to get a 1st down or 2 to get this many plays. But you see Bouchard's running your sideline stuff, running your fades to where it is in his team's hand or nobody's hands, which stop the clock each time to keep giving you options and giving you ways to go, and he still has the ability to get a 1st down here.
And with it being a 3rd down here, he can also run it because he has that timeout to burn.
And have 2 downs to get that 4 yards,
Yeah.
3 yards.
So here we go, pistol formation. Hall and Cooper in the backfield, 2 wide receivers right side. They're going to fake the handoff to Hall. Moore now pitches it back on that triple option to Cooper. And Cooper's going to get the 1st down to the 9. Clock stops as they set the chains. And quickly to the line of scrimmage as the clock will roll. Wide receiver to the left side, pistol formation again. This time it'll be Hall. Cut back 5, touchdown. Makes it 19-2. So 19-2 the score. 19-2 the score with 19.2 seconds to go in the half. So that doesn't happen very often.
That was well executed there.
So here we go, waiting for the extra point. Snap, kick is good.
You know,
20-2.
Harrisonville has guys there, a little bit on angles, and they just had another option to go to a step sooner, and they're there to make that play.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Football is here, which means fall is coming fast. Fall means family fun at Red Barn Ranch. Come enjoy the corn maze, giant slides, corn pit, wagon ride, pedal tractors, food, all the pumpkins, and more. Mark your calendars. Opening day is September 17th. After the 17th, they are open Friday to Sunday through Halloween. Check their Facebook or website for festival and vendor dates. Red Barn Ranch on Jefferson Parkway, just north of Harrisonville.
For thousands of years, pathogens like bacteria, mold, and viruses have been threatening our lives and livelihoods. Too often, our answers have left us wanting for something better, something faster or stronger, with less odor and safer for us. Now Renew Right, your local disinfection service provider, is bringing the best answer to our community. SteraMist is the gold standard in disinfection, and now you can leverage this unique state-of-the-art technology to protect those you serve and care for. If you want to promote peace of mind and safety wherever you are, call Renew Right today at 816-226-7654.
All right, 19.2 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Cats trail 20-2.
That scoring drive was 6 plays, 37 yards, took a minute and 15 seconds off the clock, culminated by the 9-yard touchdown run by Hall. And with 19.2 seconds left in the second. And the bad part about it is, the second half, they get the ball.
Absolutely. That was textbook Fred Richard. I know we've said that several times tonight, but this is just what we've seen in the past as well. So 19.2 seconds to go, 20-2. The score. That scoring drive brought to you by Lacey Dominic of Shelter Insurance. Next time you need a summary of your insurance, go see Lacey Dominic of Shelter Insurance on Commercial across from Holland Auto Sales. 14 seconds to go here, first half. 20-2 is the score.
It's always interesting to see these situations here, 14 seconds, 70, 80 yards. You know, do they have something to draw up and make the defense honor it out, or do they take it into half?
You know, you go maybe that split back veer, you go with the triple option form out of it. You fake the handoff and pitch it back to Reynolds on the outside. We'll see what they do here. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, split backs in the backfield. In motion with Baker. He's going to slow down and stop. They're going to hand off for Moore. Moore gets the first run, can't get anything going. He gets about 2, and that'll be a timeout. Or no timeout on the clock, and that'll run us to the half. Cats trail 20-2 at the half. They've had their opportunities. Let's see what adjustments they make at halftime. We'll be back after this.
With a wide array of services including massage therapy, acupuncture, cranial sacral therapy, Schroeder Chiropractic has you covered. The doctors and therapists will make sure you are feeling yourself in no time with quality care. Just off the historic Harrisonville Square on Wall Street, Schroeder Chiropractic is conveniently located in the heart of our town. With appointments on Tuesdays and Thursdays and walk-ins the rest of the week, stop in and see them and let them put you on the road to a healthier you.
New logo, new colors, new app, and a new online banking platform. There may be a lot of new at Sherwood Community Bank, but one thing remains the same: community. Serving the area with 4 convenient locations, Sherwood is still your community bank. Come see what it's like to be part of the community with a new account. The small town bank with big city convenience. Sherwood Community Bank, your community bank.
Sherwood Heating and Cooling provides quality services and amazing products from Carrier. Always going the extra mile to ensure that your heating and cooling units keep performing at optimal levels. Sherwood Heating and Cooling wants your family to be as comfortable as their own. Products come with warranties and service checkups by trained technicians that give you peace of mind. Call and schedule an appointment at 816-862-6610.
You have choices when buying a vehicle. Show Me Auto Mall is your right choice. Getting you financed with even less than perfect credit because everyone needs a reliable vehicle at an affordable price. Need service? Take a loaner while you wait. With a broad selection, you will find a vehicle that is right for you. Show Me Auto Mall is here to make buying a vehicle hassle-free. Go see the crew at Show Me today on 291 across from Walmart.
At Signature Will and Trust, owner and managing attorney Danielle Scavuzzo and attorneys Salvatore Scavuzzo and Brendan Barker tailor estate plans to fit your individual and family needs. A properly executed estate plan protects you and your loved ones in the event of your incapacity or death. Now is the time to call and schedule an appointment for a free consultation with Signature Will and Trust at 816-237-8555. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
Everyone needs a little kickstart at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so head to Sonic of Harrisonville and kick away the afternoon fog. Grab an ice-cold drink full of caffeine and kickstart your afternoon and evening. The best part, 2 to 4 is happy hour, and drinks are half price. Grab an afternoon snack of cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers, or order on the app for happy hour anytime. Sonic Happy Hour, where you kick away the fog. Also, visit 4ts.com and sign up for the Sonic Kick Return Contest.
What is one of your most precious commodities? Time. With sports, family, work, and school, time is precious. So why drive hours and waste time to save $20? Shop local and buy your home appliances at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center right here in Harrisonville. They deliver, service, issues that arise, all while you're putting money right back into the community. Stop wasting time and think Troby's first when you think of home appliances on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Hey guys, we're the Warrens. And we're the Mounces, owners of Warren & Mounts Agency located in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. We're a local family-owned insurance agency and excited to serve the entire Kansas City metro area and the entire Midwest.
We have specialists in all areas of insurance that offer superior service, fast and efficient quotes, and best of all, we're never sacrificing your coverage. Our number one priority is making sure that you're properly protected through the 30-plus companies that we have to offer.
Whether you're looking for a home and auto insurance or anything from a commercial standpoint and life insurance, we can do it all. We know you have a ton of different options in the insurance industry, so we would love to show you how we are different and doing any kind of business with you guys.
Call us today or scan the QR code on your screen, and we'll be in contact with you within 24 hours.
Wellness is the state or condition of ideal physical and mental health. We at the Wellness Counseling Center are passionate helpers. From the foundations of love, grace, kindness, and joy, we hope to humbly encourage others to embrace their self and find peace. Because when I is replaced by we, even illness can become wellness. Call us at 816-974-7378 and set up an appointment so we can change your I into a we.
Football season is here, and cold weather is sure to follow. Time to head to Young's Auto Repair and get your vehicle ready for winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family rolling down the road all winter. If something else is wrong with your vehicle, bring it in and let Young's diagnose the problem to get you back on the road. Young's Auto across the road from Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial Street.
Welcome back to our halftime show, brought to you by 2-3 Construction Services. You got a patio, something outdoors in your future, call 2-3 Construction Services and let them hook you up for an outdoor playground. Gary, story of the first half, missed opportunities by the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot different, obviously, had we not had the penalty on that touchdown. And, obviously we didn't end up scoring anything out of that. And since we didn't, took 7 points off the clock. And so, therefore, that gave them the opportunity, obviously, then to go down and score a touchdown. I'm going to give if you want to go ahead and give the stats real quick.
Yes, go for it.
Harrisonville had 26 plays with a total of 98 yards, 76 yards rushing, 22 yards passing. Leading the rushing was Reynolds with 62. Moore had 8, and Mitchell had 6 receptions. Holden had 16. Baker had -2. Moore had 3, and Reynolds had 5. Again, total of 26 plays, 98 yards, for 14 minutes and 15 seconds of the clock used for the first quarter. For MICDS, they had a total of 178 yards total, 134 yards rushing, 44 yards passing. Leading the way for MICDS was Hall with 85. Cooper had 8 yards. Moore had 42. And Gold had a -1 on that one play. Receiving, Coleman had a total of 27 yards. And Scooty had a total of 9 yards. Did they hear any of that? Okay. And Moore had 9 yards. They had 27 plays for 9 minutes and 45 seconds of the clock. And so the scoring MICDS scored first with 7 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first with Hall, 21-yard touchdown pass. Then Harrisonville got the safety, which made it 7-2 with 11:55 left in the second. The next two scoring drives were both by MICDS. The third one was in the second quarter, 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. Moore had a 2-yard touchdown run, and then just a minute and 45 seconds later, Hall had a 9-yard touchdown run with 19 seconds left, which made the score 20-2.
And that's where we're at halftime. Sorry, Gary's mic is kind of going in and out on us, so we'll try to get that fixed. You may not have heard all that, or it was kind of faint coming out, but Gary was going through that, trying to get all of that situated. So we're at halftime here. We got quite a bit of time. We've got several new sponsors. We're going to be listening to some commercials. We've got some new cool things to do at halftime. We're going to take a time out. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so right after this.
It always seems to happen. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Not a problem when you have purchased your tires at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You get the free flat repair for the life of your tires. On a budget, Young's has the best selection of new and used tires to save a little extra money. When the time comes for new tires, stop at the shop 4T's Trust to keep them rolling down the highway. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
One of the scariest tasks is taking your car to a mechanic. The best mechanics are in Harrisonville at Colby's Car Clinic. Colby's has expanded his shop and has ASE certified mechanics, the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smooth all year long. Colby's Car Clinic takes the fear out of getting your car fixed. So call Colby today at 816-380-3000 to schedule an appointment or head to the Big Blue Building behind O'Reilly's.
When you need a part for your vehicle or farm equipment, it's good to have someone local. Harrisonville Auto Parts, stocked with Napa products, is your local provider. No need to go to a national chain and pay marked up prices. Instead, keep your money and business local with Harrisonville Auto Parts. Next time the headlight goes out, head over to Harrisonville Auto Parts and have them take care of you. Next to Young's Tire and Wheel Center on Commercial.
For thousands of years, pathogens like bacteria, mold, and viruses have been threatening our lives and livelihoods. Too often, our answers have left us wanting for something better, something faster or stronger, with less odor and safer for us. Now Renew Right, your local disinfection service provider, is bringing the best answer to our community. SteraMist is the gold standard in disinfection, and now you can leverage this unique state-of-the-art technology to protect those you serve and care for. If you want to promote peace of mind and safety wherever you are, call Renew Right today at 816-226-7654.
Sherwood Heating and Cooling provides quality services and amazing products from Carrier. Always going the extra mile to ensure that your heating and cooling units keep performing at optimal levels. Sherwood Heating and Cooling wants your family to be as comfortable as their own. Products come with warranties and service checkups by trained technicians that give you peace of mind. Call and schedule an appointment at 816-862-6610.
When you're searching for insurance, call an agent in town that can protect you. Call CPSK for auto, life, renter's boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy you want covered. CPSK Insurance is an auto owner's affiliate, so call and talk to Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. Business coverage is available as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at www.cpskinsurance.com and let your local agents go to work for you.
Sure. With a wide array of services including massage therapy, acupuncture, cranial sacral therapy, Schroeder Chiropractic has you covered. The doctors and therapists will make sure you are feeling yourself in no time with quality care. Just off the historic Harrisonville Square on Wall Street, Schroeder Chiropractic is conveniently located in the heart of our town. With appointments on Tuesdays and Thursdays and walk-ins the rest of the week, stop in and see them and let them put you on the road to a healthier you.
Everyone needs an advocate in the insurance world. Let Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance be an advocate for you. With free policy review and quotes, she aims to help you weigh your options. With auto, home, life, and business insurance, Lacey wants you to have a positive and friendly experience. A former Wildcat herself, it is important for Lacey to support the community and Wildcats. Call today to set up an appointment at 816-380-2700 with Lacey.
You have choices when buying a vehicle. Show Me Auto Mall is your right choice. Getting you financed with even less than perfect credit because everyone needs a reliable vehicle at an affordable price. Need service? Take a loaner while you wait. With a broad selection, you will find a vehicle that is right for you. Show Me Auto Mall is here to make buying a vehicle hassle-free. Go see the crew at Show Me today on 291 across from Walmart. You have choices when buying a vehicle.
At Signature Will and Trust, owner and managing attorney Danielle Scavuzzo and attorneys Salvatore Scavuzzo and Brendan Barker tailor estate plans to fit your individual and family needs. A properly executed estate plan protects you and your loved ones in the event of your incapacity or death. Now is the time to call and schedule an appointment for a free consultation with Signature Will and Trust at 816-237-8555. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
You have choices when buying a vehicle. Show Me Auto Mall is your right choice. Getting you financed with even less than perfect credit because everyone needs a reliable vehicle at an affordable price. Need service? Take a loaner while you wait. With a broad selection, you will find a vehicle that is right for you. Show Me Auto Mall is here to make buying a vehicle hassle-free. Go see the crew at Show Me today on 291 across from Walmart.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to halftime in our halftime show brought to you by 23 Construction Services. For your outdoor playground at home, call 23 Construction Services. Scores at half 20-2. Story of the first half, Gary, missed opportunities for the Wildcats, but I mean, if anybody's ever listened to a Harrisonville Wildcat broadcast, Gary, what do we always say?
It's not what you win in September or, in this particular case, August, but what you win in November. You know, I was just texting back and forth with my son, and I was looking at, you know, all the scoring stuff. 7-2 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second half, and MICDS scores 2 touchdowns, and that's typical. Fred Bouchard, obviously, that's typical Harrisonville as well. We can do the same thing. The only thing about it is Harrisonville's got to make a stop right out of the gate, because if we don't, MICDS gets the ball. If we don't make a stop, then you're going uphill. It could be as much as 27-2. That's a long ways to come back in the fourth quarter against a very quality MICDS team.
Absolutely, but yeah, you hit it nail on the head. We always talk about it. It's not what you win in September, it's what you win in November. Obviously, it is August right now, but that's why they play these games in the early season. That's why Fred Bouchard is playing a game against Harrisonville in the early season. Guess who he might see in the state championship game? A team named Webb City. What does Webb City run? They run a split back veer offense. What is Fred Bouchard not going to see at all this year over in St. Louis? A split back veer.
Absolutely.
So that's why you schedule these games. A lot of times I have people always ask me, they've asked me time and time again, how is it Harrisonville's so good every year? How is it that Smithville's and your Kearneys and your Platte counties and all these teams, the Webb cities, are always good every year? You got great youth programs, you have good high school coaches, and you also, the other thing is, they schedule tough. They're not afraid to take a loss in the early season. They don't really care about that undefeated state championship. They just care about the state championship flag at the end of it. So
Absolutely.
that's where we're at. It's 20-2 at halftime. Missed opportunities, but the Cats have got to be happy with some of the things they've seen.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, that was a heck of a run, you know, obviously it was a 67-yard touchdown run that we got called back for Reynolds. But it was quite the run. But that's why Harrisonville's playing MICDS. I mean, MICDS is playing us, but that's why we're playing MSHSAA, to play up. We always are much better to play better teams during the first part of the year, because if we do, then we're prepared in November to have that run to the state championship.
And also a very, very tough conference schedule that comes up too. Top to bottom, it's going to be one of the strongest in the state. It usually is. All right, we're going to have something new for you right here. One of our great new sponsors is Wellness Counseling Centers in Harrisonville. And right now, we're going to have a mental health minute, and we will bring it back after that mental health minute and talk to you about that a little bit. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after our mental health minute.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and I'm a therapist at the Wellness Counseling Center. This is our first episode of the Mental Health Minute. Today, we're going to be asking community members what mental health is.
I think mental health is being well mentally and socially.
To me, mental wellness is the root to everybody's actions, especially in young adults.
Mental wellness is someone who's happy, healthy, and confident in who they are.
And it's someone who has control over their emotions and is just in a good, happy headspace.
I think mental health in itself is just whatever you think a healthy lifestyle is for yourself.
Just to give an official definition, the CDC defines mental health as including our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. So when you're thinking about your overall wellness, don't forget to think about both your body and mind. Want to learn more about mental health or talk to one of our therapists? Please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you and be well.
All right, that was our Mental Health Minute brought to you by our friends at Wellness Counseling Centers. And it is an important thing these days, your mental health, everybody's mental health. You know, Gary, something that a lot of people don't talk about sometimes, you being retired, is people, when they get retired, sometimes they fall into a depression because they don't feel maybe even wanted anymore, where, you know, you worked, and then you're like, what am I supposed to do, man?
Yeah,
like,
who needs me?
Right.
I mean, that is a big thing. Obviously, not for me or my wife. Well, she loves to veg out on the couch, and I love to go out and work. So, I mean, it's never been a problem for me. But going back to the mental health, it is coming from law enforcement, and I talked to a lot of the law enforcement people about this as well in training. You know, it's important to ask for that help. When you feel like you need some help, used to it was thought of as weak. It's not weak. It's actually strong to be able to ask for help and go out and get that help. And I do hope that, you know, throughout this year, people listening to that mental health minute will take it to heart and be able to start utilizing that information and ask for help if they need it.
And we will have multiple of those on halftime in our 23 Construction Services halftime show every single week. You may see the same one, you may see a different one, but we'll be switching that up as the season goes along. I want to thank all of our great sponsors real quick, guys. I mean, I told you we hit it out of the park this year. Our sponsors hit it out of the park. I'm going to roll down everybody we got on board this year. CPSK Insurance, Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center, Aikens PC Repair, American Heritage Realtors, Colby's Car Clinic, Young's Auto Repair, Young's Tire and Wheel Center, Stafford & Stafford Insurance, Sherwood Community Bank, Stoico Tree Service, Church & Dwight, Sonic of Harrisonville, Culver's, Max Motors of Harrisonville, Wellness Counseling, Sherwood Heating and Cooling, Show Me Auto Mall, Commerce Bank, Lacey Dominic of Shelter Insurance, Schroeder's Chiropractic, Domino's, Brad Sainer, Farmers Insurance, Red Barn Ranch, Renew Right, Signature Wheel and Trust, the Scavuzzo Law Firm, Casco Area Workshop, Papa Murphy's, Harrisonville Auto Parts Napa Dealership, 23 Construction Services, the Warren Mounts Agency, Cider House, as well as Excalibur. Those are our sponsors this year. And now I got to catch my breath after all of those. But guys, always patronize all of our local sponsors. Think local, buy local. I mean, I can go down that list, and every single one of those people on the list, I think we've probably done business with at some point in time. And there's some new ones on there that we've even done business with, or you should do business with. So, again, guys, Harrisonville community, congratulations stepping up to the plate. I want to give a welcome to our friends from MICDS and also the MICDS football boosters for sponsoring the MICDS Rams tonight as well. Sponsored the pregame show portion of their starting lineups, and we will have an MICDS play of the game for them after the ball game as well. I believe they'll probably put another 3 minutes up on the clock as they usually do at halftime, so we will have another couple of minutes here before we get to second half action. The Harrisonville Wildcats trail at 20-2 at the half. Rams going to get the ball to start the second half. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Hey Harrisonville, say hi to several friendly faces from your neighborhood Culver's, home of delicious Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard that's always cooked to order. Stop by and try our double butter burger with cheese, made with fresh, never frozen beef, seared on the grill as you order on a lightly buttered and toasted bun. And for dessert, grab a rich and creamy fresh frozen custard made in small batches all day long. See you there. Go Wildcats.
Welcome back. Chad is doing some technical stuff back here, and now he's trying to find his headset and mic. All come with the first game.
Yeah, we apologize for that. We got on a little bit late. We were trying to make sure we had everything rocking and rolling, and we got on about 6:45. We like to get on about 6:30, so sometimes we're a little sped up ourselves, and hopefully we've got things rocking and rolling for you now. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the broadcast tonight, as it seems like we've got a lot of people online watching the broadcast. I'm sure several fans from the St. Louis area did make the trip over, but wanted to check in on the MICDS Rams. A lot of people in the Kansas City area checking in to see, you know, Harrisonville playing somebody from out of town again.
Well, absolutely, and Harrisonville playing a prior coach. A lot of them in the Kansas City area. Obviously, Fred Bouchard left here, went to Staley, was in Kansas for a short bit before he left and went to in Illinois, and then now back to MICDS. But I'm sure we've got some folks from MICDS. Well, they've got a pretty good showing of parents over there, obviously, and we welcome, as you said a while ago, we welcome them here to the stadium and also welcome them on the broadcast. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast, getting to see your Rams play, which you'd either had to travel 300 miles or just sit in your living room and listen to us and watch.
I mean, they're a little bit closer than last year's opponent first game.
That is true. That is true.
You know,
but
I do want to wish the Wayne Hill, New Jersey squad a good luck this year. That was so fun last year. We did a JV game on a Thursday night and then the Friday game as well. And, you know, Cindy had asked me, she emailed me. I didn't get a chance to email her back. It was later this afternoon if we were going to be broadcasting. They're playing the JV game tomorrow. And I did not know that. They're playing it here tomorrow.
MICDS in Harrisonville, yes.
Here, and we are not going to be broadcasting that game. And honestly, that's a little bit on my fault because I didn't know they were doing that.
I didn't know
Had we known, we may have tried to adjust to
Just
be able to bring that.
Kind of like we did last year with
Wayne Hills.
Where we broadcast, it was Thursday, we broadcast the JV game. But yeah, MICDS is spending the night over here tonight and going to play the JV game and then travel back tomorrow. So it's great for them to be able to come and over here and kind of enjoy a little bit of a road trip. So
and Fred said, don't tell them where we're staying because he said, I don't want anybody to egg or fussy. So we'll leave that up. We'll leave that one off. But, yeah, they're staying around here tonight as we get set for second half action. And, you know, again, Gary and I talked about it. Nothing to be sad about for for Harrisonville against MICDS. They played a solid first half offensively, even defensively. Only 178 yards for MICDS. So now here's the big thing is you got to hold them here and try to get some points on the board. And if not, it could go downhill real fast because, well, Fred knows how to score quickly. So here we go, ball at their own 20, picked up by Hall, and Hall's to the 30, 35, 40.
It's going to be a foot race, and who are the two that are, and he takes them down.
Hall and Reynolds. And Reynolds is like, you're not outrunning me. I'm taking you down. And Reynolds able to take him down at about the 45 of Harrisonville. So
That was worth all the second half to see those two in the spotlight.
I'm going to look over here on the near side. Ooh, that was a blindside block over here on the near side. I'm not sure who that was. I can't quite see who it was, but I went back on the screen in front of us here, and I saw it come across, and he just caught one of those blindside blocks. Somebody wasn't hollering out to him that he was coming down the line.
Guys, can I jump in? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm trying to work on this other headset. Didn't really have anything to interject except working on some of this technology.
It's probably just the operator, the person that had, since it was on my head, it doesn't work. When it's on yours, it does.
We'll start messing up here in a minute. Anyway,
Hope not.
You guys get back to work. Sorry.
Jerry Forschler, the man behind the scenes. And also, I want to give a little bit of shout out. We have a new board op helper tonight as well, James Hinkle. Some people in the area may know that name. Runs Sounds Like videos. And I think James has been behind the scenes working with Jerry, and we got some rocking new commercials rolling.
James is awesome with the stuff that he's done with the commercials you guys are seeing. There's some, he just does good work. Just watch the dang commercials, patronize our people, and if you get a chance, thank him for what he's done because he sure helped me with it. Here we go.
I want to recognize Zach Dye. Zach Dye was the injured player. They've helped him off the field. Hopefully the best for him.
So pistol formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and out of the gates they're going to fire it out and a roundabout looking to now run it. It's going to be Moore. He's at the 30, 25, and hammered down at the 25-yard line. So Winston Moore, Michael Vick-esque on that, or maybe a Lamar Jackson-ish run. He just ran everybody downfield, got everybody spread out, and he uses his speed with his feet right there, Gary.
Yeah, and he had a whole ton of blockers in front of him as well. You know, I mean, everybody was going downfield covering the players, covering the receivers, and he had a lot of green space in front of him. Good choice of what he did was to run the ball. 18-yard run for Moore.
So ball down to the 25-yard line now for MICDS, and back into the ball game is Gold. Gold has Cooper next to him in the backfield, triple. And looks like we're going to have a false start or illegal procedure. They had trips out to the right side, and they're going to call illegal formation, 5-yard penalty. So that'll push him back to the 30-yard line. A lot of penalties here for an opening game for both sides, but you expect that in the first game of the year.
And a lot of them were kind of mental. You know, that one, the block in the black that we had, you know, was kind of a mistake because it was kind of behind the play. Nobody was going to catch Reynolds.
So trips out to the right. Gold to throw it. He throws it out in the flats, overthrows his target a little bit, and incomplete. It was intended for Marcus Coleman out in the flats. Little bubble screen, and drops incomplete. Brings up a second down and 15 now for MICDS. So 10:53 to go here, third quarter. 20-2 is our score.
It was a good thing he was overthrown because if he'd have caught the ball, he had a lot of green space between him and the end zone. Gold seems to be more of the passing quarterback. Obviously, Moore is more of the runner. He's quite the athlete, quite the runner and stuff. And I think Gold, who's a sophomore, has got a long ways to go and showing some good things here for MICDS.
So Gold has Hall with him in the backfield. 2 wide receivers flanked out far side. It is Moore and someone else there, and they're going to throw it on the backside to Hall. Hall gets around the first defender, second defender, breaks a tackle, cuts back, and gets it all the way down to the 15-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 16, and a 14-yard pitch and catch there from Gold to Hall. They're going to bring up a third down and a yard for MICDS here. So 10:27 to go here in the third quarter. Show Me Auto Mall, our third quarter sponsor. Pistol formation, 2 backs behind Moore in the backfield. 2 wide receivers set to your left side. And a little mesh play. Now they're going to pitch it back, and that is Cooper. He's got a first down, but a flag. It's going to come back. So that'll toss it back, make it 3rd and long coming up for MICDS. So, again, we talked about it, several
mental mistakes. I mean, that will clean up during the season, obviously.
Also, want to thank our title sponsor this year, Church and Dwight, out of Harrisonville, one of the area's largest employers. If you're looking for work, they start, I believe, at $20 an hour and pay it all the way up to about $39 an hour. So great employer here in the area. And of course, our new scoreboard sponsor this year, the Warren Mounts Agency out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. You know, Dustin Mounts is one of the owners of the Warren Mounts Agency, and actually it looks like that's going to be a penalty on Harrisonville. So I didn't quite see what happened.
Personal
there.
foul. Who ran the play? Because I thought it was going to be a penalty on them. Who had the?
It was Hall.
Hall had.
So looks like maybe a personal foul, late hit there in the backfield. Talking about Dustin Mounts, known Dustin for several years, got a hold of him, and you know, we came to this partnership because, well, Pleasant Hill, obviously we play Pleasant Hill, but all of those teams that we play are, you know, Pleasant Hill surrounds all of those different teams. So 1st and goal, ball at about the 6-yard line. Pistol formation, far hash mark, 2 wide receivers, you're right. And Moore going to keep it himself, gets inside the 5 to about the 3, and into the end zone for a touchdown. Just like that, 26-2 is the score. Had to rub my ears there a little bit. Had this headset on all night. Sometimes they just get bunched up in there because I got big ears. So touchdown makes it 26-2. Looks like MICDS is going to elect to kick the extra point here instead of going for the 2-point conversion. You know, I'm one of those football purists. I like those even numbers. Throws me off when you got the sideways numbers. 27-2 is the score. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors, next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
Wellness is the state or condition of ideal physical and mental health. We at the Wellness Counseling Center are passionate helpers. From the foundations of love, grace, kindness, and joy, we hope to humbly encourage others to embrace their self and find peace. Because when I is replaced by we, even illness can become wellness. Call us at 816-974-7378 and set up an appointment so we can change your I into a we.
All right, welcome back. 27-2 our score here with 9:43 to go in the 3rd quarter.
That scoring drive was 2 minutes and 15 seconds, over 43 yards, with the touchdown culminating with a 6-yard run by Moore with 9:43 left in the 3rd.
If you need a summary of your insurance, that scoring summary was brought to you by Lacey Dominic Shelter Insurance on South Commercial Street. Couple of scores around the way. Warrensburg trails Capital City 18-14. That one is fumbled by the Cats, but picked back up and all the way back to the 10 before he is taken down. So Addison Ing with the return. Knobmaster over Versailles. See if I can get you some good scores here. Grandview was tied 7-7 with William Chrisman at the half. California leads Savannah 22-21. Rockhurst and Ray Peck, 19-19 the score there. Smithville up 14-6 over Raytown. Pleasant Hill all over Boonville, 33-7. Odessa leads Southern Boone 20-14. So some of the scores around the area. Under center, split backs in the backfield, in motion. They go with Baker. And here they go, handoff to Reynolds, and Reynolds stays on his feet down the sideline.
Oh, I thought he was going to break it.
30. 20-yard run by Nate Reynolds, the sophomore. And here's something crazy I didn't know until a couple of weeks ago. Nate was a 1,000-yard rusher for us last year, Gary, as a freshman, which means he's about 300 yards ahead of the pace of another Reynolds. So here we go on a 1st and 10 after that 20-yard Reynolds run. He had another run negated earlier that would have been a touchdown of 50-plus, only ended up getting 31 on that one, approaching 100 yards on the night. Split backs again in the backfield. Mitchell under center. Here they go. They're going to go on a counter this time. Not sure who that was. I don't think that was Moore, was it?
It's a short gain on the play.
I believe that was Moore. It was Moore on the carry with 8:45 to go here in the third.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin's last year announcing here, been here for, seems like forever, does a wonderful job announcing for both teams, obviously. Great announcer, stadium announcer. Going to really miss him in the years future.
Definitely will. He started about 6 years before I came here. 07 was my first year. 01 was his first year. 3 wide receivers set to the far side, 1 to the left. And, yeah, there's a penalty, and Reynolds is going to have the first down, but it'll come back. Moore took off while they were in motion. You can't have 2 guys in motion at the same time. So it's coming back here. It'll be second down at about 14. So this one rolls back. Would have been a good run there by Reynolds. Probably a first down run there, 9 or 10 yards for him. And you know what we've talked about, and Travis was on a little bit ago, he talked about as well, was the way you get all those motions, it breaks and opens up different things as the game goes on, and it's more stuff you got to plan for as well. So it'll be second down and 14 coming up for the Cats from their own 26-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. Under center is Mitchell, wide receiver, flanked out right side for the Cats. Reynolds and Moore in the backfield in motion. They go with Baker. He comes in, goes back out. And here they go, handoff for Reynolds. And Reynolds is going to be cut down after a yard gain. Brings up third down and long for the Cats.
Well, you hate to have third and long this deep in your territory. You've got a lot of yardage to make up, and if not, you're going to be punting from deep in your own.
And the Cats, obviously, they're going to run more than they pass, but they haven't been in situations that were good passing situations. You know, these third and longs, you don't like to get in those situations because the other team feels like you are going to pass, so they pin their back, you know, their ears back, and they come after the quarterback a little bit.
Well, look how far the safeties are off this play alone.
Shotgun formation, 2 to your left, 2 to your right. Reynolds with Mitchell in the backfield. And he fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it, slings it out far side, close to a first down, but he's going to be about 5 yards shy. Going to get about 11.
Down at about the 35. We'll show them market pass caught by number 2, Isaac Tribble.
So that was Tribble on the carry. So fourth down coming up. Looks like they're going to show punt here. Ball at the 36-yard line. You know, again, we talk about things you got to plan for. You're down by 4 scores. Do you think about, Gary, right here, trying to go for a fake punt with your running back just to put more stuff on tape?
I think it's probably something that you're going to – Reynolds will probably read the rush.
And he's going to get it away, and again, off the side of his foot, other side. And Reynolds a little bit frustrated, it looks like there. So there's a flag.
I think that was probably a lineman coming in, and they went ahead and snapped it before he was able to get set.
So penalties declined. I think they're going to be in pretty good field position without the punt. So they will be in Cat territory at the 48-yard line after about a 14-yard punt by Nate Reynolds.
The last time they started on the Cat 43, so it's making it difficult on the Cats because they're letting MICDS start short field.
And, here's the other thing, Gary, is, self-inflicted wound there by the Wildcats. But, I like when he kicks on the run, that rugby style more. He's been kind of a stationary, and it seems like he kicks a little bit better on the run. So we'll see if that's something we see a change up coming down the road as well. We got that third quarter water break here with 6 minutes to go in quarter number 3. I want to thank again all of our great sponsors that have made this broadcast possible, top to bottom. And, we've talked about, you've seen some great new commercials on there. We've got growing staff, as we were talking about a little bit ago. Jerry and I always trying to put the absolute best product on the field, not only for our fans, but for our advertisers.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the only reason we're on the broadcast is because of the great advertisers we have from our local community that give up the money to be able to get us on the internet for people to listen to it.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 ball from their 48 of the Cats. Pistol formation for Moore. He's going to have Hall and Cooper in the backfield. Wide receiver to his left, wide receiver to his right. And they're going to go on the misdirection to Cooper. And Cooper's got a running lane, and he is out of bounds at about the 40-yard line at 8-yard run. Brings up a 2nd down and 2.
I was able to catch up with Coach Bouchard a little bit coming out of halftime there. And Coach Max was, doing some directing and things like that as, heading into half with the score what it was and coming out for hopefully a big second half. Coach Bouchard was saying, as he traditionally tries to keep everyone playing one way, he's got 21 starters, so he doesn't have anybody going both ways except for one due to an injury in the Jamboree.
And Harrisonville, same way. So something we haven't seen from Harrisonville since the Fred days. So here we go, pistol formation, and they're going to throw it out in the flats, dropped by Dominic Weaver. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
That is something that you'll get to see. It's going to be full board the whole game, and it's nice to see that with no lag off from one team or the other, and you just get to see blow for blow.
Well, right, and another thing about the 2-platoon system that you see, Harrisonville that has with their guys going both ways in MICDS, you got a lot of people in our conference and with lower numbers than normal, 45, 50 kids. We have 80 out there, so that could come into play down the road.
Absolutely will.
Pistol formation, and they're going to go right up the middle again, this time for Hall. He's going to get close to a 1st down, going to be about a half-yard short, it looks like.
Well, that's what happens when you get the numbers. You have the opportunity to be able to do that. When you do not have the numbers, you cannot do that.
Part of the reason that you get to see first-year football players is because Fred Bouchard's going to find a talent and he's going to have them come out. You've seen the same thing year over year in Harrisonville.
So this time Moore going to take it for a 1st down. And Gary, there's that play we saw on the goal line earlier with those 3 backs in the backfield lined up. We thought he fumbled it. All he did was wait for that side to clear out and went behind it. It was a good view from our vantage point here.
Yep, it's either a ram or a heavy set, and they will later on in the year have something off of that and usually get a lineman, some kind of touchdown stumbling forward for one of those, but it's usually for the athlete to just follow his heavies right into that half-yard type stuff.
So Gold out there, 2 wide receivers set to his right, 1 to his left. Gold looking to pass, and he's going to go
Another
over
screen.
the middle. Another screen for the tight end inside the 30 to the 29, caught by Henry Oliver.
He is either trying to have some of those out there for some people to game plan against, or he is seeing a lot of pressure, which from our defense, I know Coach Nolan likes to keep the heat on quite a bit there, so he's probably coming up field really hard, and they're going to use the energy against him.
So 2nd down and 4 coming up as Gold going to stay in there at the quarterback spot. 4:10 to go here, 3rd quarter.
You might start to see a little bit of a spy from Harrisonville to kind of slow that stuff down.
So 2 wide receivers to your left, 2 to your right. Pistol formation, Gold. Running back in the backfield is Hall. Fake the handoff, and Gold is going to let it rip deep. Overthrows his target by just a little bit. That was intended for Winston Moore there. So with 3:55 to go here in the 3rd, 27-2 is the score.
Moore plays the quarterback and plays the receiver. Either throws or catches the ball.
It's nice to have that dual action.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you got options at quarterback, you know you're doing things the right way. Am I not right?
Yeah, and obviously Gold, again, I've mentioned this before, he's a sophomore. That's what a lot of coaches like to have, those sophomores and juniors, so you get them 2 or 3 years, where Moore is a senior this year. So
3rd down and 3. Pistol formation. Handoff is to Moore, and he's got a corner, and they're going to get their Hall to the end zone. 4-6. So backside run, and Hall saw the corner, and he just beat everybody there, makes it 33-2.
And that puts him over 100 yards. Hall with unofficially 13 carries, 120 yards.
So they fake one way, and he comes backside and just outruns everybody to the corner of the end zone.
Yep, linebackers got to see those pullers and work over the top of that, give his corner and outside contain a little bit of help.
So that will be a kick is up and good. And our score is 34-2. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Hey guys, we're the Warrens. And we're the Mounces, owners of Warren & Mounts Agency, located in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. We're a local family-owned insurance agency and excited to serve the entire Kansas City metro area and the entire Midwest.
We have specialists in all areas of insurance that offer superior service, fast and efficient quotes, and best of all, we're never sacrificing your coverage. Our number one priority is making sure that you're properly protected through the 30-plus companies that we have to offer.
Whether you're looking for a home and auto insurance or anything from a commercial standpoint and life insurance, we can do it all. We know you have a ton of different options in the insurance industry, so we would love to show you how we are different and doing any kind of business with you guys.
Call us today or scan the QR code on your screen, and we'll be in contact with you within 24 hours.
All right, welcome back. 3:46 to go here, 3rd quarter.
Scoring drive, 7 plays, 48 yards, took 2 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock, with culminating in a 29-yard touchdown run by Hall. That's his 3rd touchdown. Scoring by MICDS has either been by Hall or Moore. Hall's got 3 touchdowns of 21, 9, and 29. Moore has a 2-yard touchdown run and a 6-yard touchdown run. With the score 34-2 with 3:46 left in the 3rd.
Scoring summary brought to you by Lacey Dominic of Shelter Insurance Agency. If you need a summary of your insurance coverage, call Lacey Dominic today. Here's the kick, high end over end kick, short kick, and it's going to bounce at about the 20 and picked up by MICDS.
Short guy really needs to pick that ball up whenever it's there.
That mid-range guy needs to see that is not carrying over him quickly, and stay under that until he gets called off from the one of those deep returners.
And you know what? This is what I love about Coach Maxwell. Hands behind his back, brings the young man over, and he explains to him, and it's a coachable moment. Is he mad at him? Absolutely. But he's going to use that as a coachable moment.
Yeah, and there's going to be guys who are going to get that right in the future, and they are going to want to give that guy every bit of effort that they have and make that right in the rest of the season.
Yeah, and that was I won't. You probably saw that on the game film, but then he patted him on the helmet right after it. Just said, "Hey, here you go." All right, Gold's still in there at quarterback this time. 2 wide receivers, 2 to your right, 1 to your left. And they're going to go handoff up the middle for Cooper. He's going to get about 3 yards to the 20 with 3:40 to go here in the third. And we got a whistle. We got a player on the ground. We'll take a timeout after this.
Hey guys, we're the Warrens. And we're the Mounces, owners of Warren & Mounts Agency located in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. We're a local family-owned insurance agency and excited to serve the entire Kansas City metro area and the entire Midwest.
We have specialists in all areas of insurance that offer superior service, fast and efficient quotes, and best of all, we're never sacrificing your coverage. Our number one priority is making sure that you're properly protected through the 30-plus companies that we have to offer.
Whether you're looking for a home and auto insurance or anything from a commercial standpoint and life insurance, we can do it all. We know you have a ton of different options in the insurance industry, so we would love to show you how we are different and doing any kind of business with you guys.
Call us today or scan the QR code on your screen, and we'll be in contact with you within 24 hours.
Before every big purchase, you have to prepare. Prepare the easy way by calling Harrisonville's Farmers Insurance agent, Brad Sainer. Brad will make sure there are no holes in your coverage and take care of you with any lives mishaps. Prepare for great insurance coverage by calling Brad Sainer at 816-974-8105. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back. Still got a player down on the far side over there, and if we get a chance, we will look at who that is here in a minute. Run down some scores. Area score of note: Adrian beats Windsor 55-8. Staley up 27-7. Center looks like they have reloaded. They are up 54-0 over St. Joe Lafayette. Tipton up 21-0 over Crestridge. That was a second quarter score. Belton up 21-3 over Excelsior. Excelsior Springs no longer in our conference. We don't have to make that long drive anymore. Looking at some other scores, Fort Osage on Grain Valley 17-14. Platte County over Kearney to start the fourth 14-7. Blue Springs South leads Lee Summit 31-14. Looks like teams are coming back out on the field. Liberty North is beating Lee Summit North 17-0.
Espen Glenn was the injured player. He's been helped off, and he's gingerly coming off the field, so I'm not sure exactly. They were looking like they were working with the leg, his right leg.
So
Goal
here we go.
the pass.
Goal on the pass, and they go right into the end zone. Little hand fighting, but they're going to let him go with that. Good coverage there. And I'm trying to see. That was intended for Weaver.
He's been targeted 4 times tonight and doesn't have a catch yet. So
I think that is number 8, Jackson Bechtel, on the coverage, only a sophomore. But, you know.
Good coverage, though. I mean, he had good coverage.
3rd and 8 coming up. I'll talk about it after this play here. And Gold looking again. He's going to fire it out in the flats and dropped by the receiver, Coleman. A lot of drops tonight for MICDS. And what I like to see, they keep going back to the well at Dominic Weaver. We talked about first-year player, but Fred's given him some opportunities, and now he can go back and coach him on those opportunities of what he can do a little bit different, a little bit better. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 8 here.
Looks like, I don't know if the change is going in for a field goal or what. It's going to, if it was, it would be about a 37-yard attempt.
And again, you know, you're in a situation here, you got to work on things.
You do, because who knows, at some point in time in the future, here it is, it's going to be a field goal. It will be, looks like, going to put it down at the 26, so it'll be a 37-yard attempt.
Kick is up. Kick is
looks like it.
Good. 37-yard field goal is good, and it is 37-2. We'll be back after this.
Sherwood Heating and Cooling provides quality services and amazing products from Carrier. Always going the extra mile to ensure that your heating and cooling units keep performing at optimal levels. Sherwood Heating and Cooling wants your family to be as comfortable as their own. Products come with warranties and service checkups by trained technicians that give you peace of mind. Call and schedule an appointment at 816-862-6610.
When you're searching for insurance, call an agent in town that can protect you. Call CPSK for auto, life, renter's boat, ATV, or any other weekend toy you want covered. CPSK Insurance is an auto owner's affiliate, so call and talk to Summer, Randy, Amanda, or Chandra. They can give you a quote and get you covered quickly and easily. Business coverage is available as well. Call them today at 816-380-3800 or visit them online at www.cpskinsurance.com and let your local agents go to work for you.
All right, welcome back.
A 37-yard field goal at 3:14 left in the third by Mandel.
So the clock will roll after this kick. High end over end kick going to be taken by the Cats at the 10, 15 to the 20, and diving ahead to the 25. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25.
Special teams tackle is Peyton Simon, number 51. Peyton Simon making his 4th special teams tackle for his Rams tonight.
So ball on their own 25. So ball at their own 25-yard line. 2 wide receivers set to the near side. Split backs in the backfield. Mitchell under center. They're going to go in motion with Baker. And here we go. Handoff up the middle. Moore past the 30 to about the 31-yard line. So bring up a 2nd down and about 4. So a 6-yard run. So clock rolls here. Split backs in the backfield. And Mitchell going to keep it himself. Mason Mitchell. I got the Moore in my head and the Mitchell and the M. All the M's are driving me crazy here tonight. So it was a 1st down run. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Dinner 1st down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. And here we go on 1st and 10. Mitchell going to sidearm it, fling it out to the near side. Caught by Baker, and Baker stays on his feet to about the 39-yard line, about a 3-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd down and 7.
Good play, good call.
Mitchell to the outside.
Good decision.
Read it where he needed to go and took off with it. And the Cats going to continue to run with 54 seconds to go here in the half. Under center is Mason Mitchell. And this time a handoff for Moore. Moore bounces the outside to the 45.
Michael Moore, the ball carrier. He'll be pursued out of bounds.
So bring up a 2nd down and 4 with 29 seconds as the clock rolls here in the 3rd quarter. Hey, Gary, what do you think of these cushy mats we got up here?
Much better on my back and hips.
2nd down and 4 coming up. And now Mason keeps it himself again. Another 1st down run. 37-yard line. Cats running it. 7 seconds to go. Maybe they get one more play off before the quarter. And I don't think they're going to. That'll end the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Everyone needs a little kickstart at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so head to Sonic of Harrisonville and kick away the afternoon fog. Grab an ice cold drink full of caffeine and kickstart your afternoon and evening. The best part, 2 to 4 is happy hour, and drinks are half price. Grab an afternoon snack of cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers, or order on the app for happy hour anytime. Sonic Happy Hour, where you kick away the fog. Also, visit 4ts.com and sign up for the Sonic Kick Return Contest.
Football season is here, and cold weather is sure to follow. Time to head to Young's Auto Repair and get your vehicle ready for winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family rolling down the road all winter. If something else is wrong with your vehicle, bring it in and let Young's diagnose the problem to get you back on the road. Young's Auto across the road from Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial Street.
Everyone needs a little kickstart at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so head to Sonic of Harrisonville and kick away the afternoon.
On the clock, we go to the fourth.
Reynolds is still about unofficially 17 yards short of his 100 yards, and so it'd be good to see if he could be able to get a good run here. I mean, he's had some really tough yards. He's had some yards that got called back, unfortunately. It'd be good to get a good score here. You get a score. Looks like Espen Glenn's out here trying to run whatever it was off, so it looked like it was a leg injury on his right leg.
Maybe a cramp or a calf, or it could be an ankle. So split backs in the backfield at this point in time. I'm not letting him back out on the field, though. 2 wide receivers to the far side. They're going to hand off 4 more, and Moore is going to get about 5, maybe make it 6 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. So 2nd and 4 coming up.
It's easy to see why Moore's back in the backfield with Reynolds. Moore is a tough runner north and south, and Reynolds, is, we all know, is tough as well. So,
and here they go. This time they give it off to Reynolds. Reynolds cannot break that initial contact. Gets sandwiched in the backfield. Going to get maybe a yard on that. Mark it at about the 30. Bring up 3rd down and a little under 4.
Ball back to the 30. 3rd down and 4.
So 3rd and 4 coming up. Split backs in the backfield. Under center is Mitchell. Mitchell going to pitch it back to Reynolds. Reynolds finds a seam inside the 25 for 1st down. They're going to mark him about the 24-yard line. It's going to be a 6-yard run with 10:50 to go here, 4th quarter of action. If you're the catch right here, you're trying to get a touchdown and quickly stop the clock, and then you get a little bit of work going in the 4th quarter instead of a quick running clock.
Yeah, you really want to get some work here in this quarter as much as you possibly can, because 15 minutes goes real quick if it continues to be a running clock.
Well, and here's the other thing. We'll get to it after this play. Split backs in the backfield. And Mitchell going to hand off for Moore, and Moore gets inside the 25 to the 24 and then is wrapped up and taken down. And the other thing about that is Harrisonville really hasn't had the ball, Gary, in the second half much.
No, because he had that kickoff, kick return or kickoff that was recovered by MICDS. So this is only their second series in the second half. And they only ran 4 plays before they had to punt on that first series. So
2nd down and 10 now.
This is the 11th play of the drive.
Loading the box here, and Mitchell, good cutback inside the 25 to the 20. And, I mean, they had 9 guys on the line of scrimmage right there. We'll look at it here, Gary, on our screen in front of us with 9:36 and counting. 3rd down and about 7. And, I mean, they put everybody, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys on the line of scrimmage right there. 3rd down and 7 coming up. Mitchell, keeps it himself, finds another seam, and goes up, and he's going to have a 1st down. That's a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. That 1st down. Think Troby's first on Home Appliances, 8-yard run by Mason Mitchell there. And Gary, I'm going to tell you, he looks a lot like another tall, lanky quarterback that I've seen before.
Well, I like what he's doing. He's making a good read because they are keying off of Reynolds on those pitches, and that's where that comes into play. Good. He made a good decision again. Pulled the ball.
Going to get inside the 10 to about the 7, and that was something Zach was really good at, Gary. He could make that read and knew where to get that cutback, and Zach, like him, was tall and lanky, and he had those long strides.
Yeah, I like the way Mitchell's playing tonight. I mean, he's getting into the game, and he's seeing the play and pulling it when he needs to at the mesh point.
2nd down and 4. And now Mitchell looking to throw, and he's going to get it scrambled down to about the 5-yard line. So they're going to mark him at about the 6, going to bring up 3rd down. So 3rd down coming up. About 4 yards to go here. 2 wide receivers, 2 your left, split backs in the backfield. Sorry, 2 your right. And Mitchell going to look and keep it and gets to the outside. Not going to quite get there. Going to bring up a 4th down. You know what I like about that one right there? He didn't leave his running back out to dry either. He could have pitched that back not to take that hit, but he still stays on it. It's going to bring up 4th down and a couple, maybe 4th and about a yard. So we'll see here, 4th and a long one for the Cats with 7:20 to go here in the ball game. Got a timeout on the field with 7:16 to go here. We'll take a timeout as well. 37-2 our score.
It always seems to happen. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Not a problem when you have purchased your tires at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. You get the free flat repair for the life of your tires. On a budget, Young's has the best selection of new and used tires to save a little extra money. When the time comes for new tires, stop at the shop 4T's Trust to keep them rolling down the highway. Young's Tire and Wheel Center on South Commercial in Harrisonville.
Well, we got 4th down and 3 from the 6-yard line with timeout. Harrisonville, they want to get this play right so that way they can at least get a 1st down, maybe a touchdown. And if they get a touchdown, it'll stop the clock, the running clock, which will give them an opportunity to maybe stop MICDS and get at least another series in, offensive series in before the game is concluded. So MICDS is back out on the field. Harrisonville's still talking about it, and we'll see what the play is. 4th and 3 from the 6-yard line with 7 minutes and 16 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a play in this situation, and this is something good to work on, a 4th down play late in the ball game.
Well, and they're stacking a whole bunch of people in the box. They're anticipating a run. So, I mean, other than you've got the corners out on the wide sides, then you've got the other 9 people, within 2 or 3 yards of the ball. I mean, they're spread out now. That's because we spread out a little bit. We'll see what they're going to run, but because it's an empty backfield. It looks like, Harrisonville's calling another timeout.
And I don't think Coach Maxwell.
That was going to be an interesting play because they had an empty backfield. They had I think 3 out to the right, 1 out to the left. And I kind of wonder, though, it wouldn't be kind of one of those plays where they've got everybody spread out and Mitchell runs the ball.
Can you call back-to-back timeouts?
I think so.
That must be like an NFL rule.
That's probably an NFL rule.
I was just like, wait, they just called a timeout. And then I was like, well, maybe Fred called the first timeout. Now we were seeing what they were doing, so we're going to set up differently. Or it didn't look like Maxwell was real happy there with the lineup that they went out. And he was one of those like, really, guys, we just had a timeout and we go out there and we do the opposite.
It may have been one of those, he doesn't have pebbles down there on the field, but it may have been one of those things where he called the play on a piece of paper. I'm sure they've got a 4th and 3
play.
play.
I don't know where Maxwell would have been able to come up with some pebbles and where he would have got that idea. Where he would have got that idea from.
Maybe Grandview a few years back. Who knows?
So 4th down and 3 coming up.
Still they're going to open backfield.
Got to watch right off the end there is Mr. Nate Reynolds. We'll see what they do here. And I think he jumped off sides maybe. Now false start on the Cats. So 4th down and 3 becomes 4th down and 8. And self-inflicted wounds. If I was going to talk about anything tonight, the difference in the ball game, obviously, it's 37-2. People are like, well, it's a 35-point game. There's plenty of them. but there's a couple of different ones that stick out, a couple of drives in the first half that stalled out. One by a penalty, it was a touchdown run, and then you've got this here. You had a 4th and 3. Instead, it goes to 4th and 8. You had the 4th and 3 for MICDS in our territory, and they ended up having a offsides. So they're going to go on and end around, and Reynolds, nowhere to go. Ball knocked away from him and jumped on by MICDS. So it'll be a turnover on downs after the fumble. I guess it would be a fumble recovery there. So it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for MICDS from their own 30-yard line. 7:07 to go here in the ball game.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line of MICDS.
So 1st and 10 from their own 30.
7:06 to play in this contest.
Clock rolls here.
Rams coming out to the field to play. Cats already there.
So we got a timeout on the field here. We'll take a timeout as well. 6:57 to go here in the ball game. Cats trail in this one.
You want the best price from the best dealership? At Max Motors, we make it easy. Purchase or order your next new vehicle at invoice pricing. We honor all A, X, Z, and D plans, supplier pricing, and industry offers. At Max Motors, we guarantee to beat any dealer's online price by $500. Check out the Max Motors Guarantee. Contact us for a hassle-free quote. Max Motors is the easiest place to buy a car with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
One of Harrisonville's oldest and its most reliable realtors, American Heritage Realtors. With almost 40 years of experience, they will take all the stress out of buying and selling a home. Add in being the #1 seller of properties on Zillow, and American Heritage should be the only call you make when you're ready to buy or sell your home. Experience, reliability, and results. That's American Heritage Realtors, next to Sonic on South Commercial Street.
First down run there by Cooper. Got about 3. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 for MICDS as they lead it 37-2 in this one.
That last drive by Harrisonville, 16 plays, getting all the way down to the 6. Now they ended up losing on the fumble to get it back to the 30. But they had 45, about 75 yards that they had gained before they lost it on downs. Good tackle there.
Good open field tackle again by the Cats. They've been good at that tonight. The tackling on the outside has been solid. That was a catch by Graham Faust, a freshman wide receiver. Brings up 3rd down and 6 here.
81, Graham Faust.
3rd and 6 coming up. So 3rd and 6 coming up. Gary might have to bounce on us a little bit early here tonight. Funny that he's going to do that on opening night with 97 things to carry down. To the outside goes Cooper.
I was preparing.
And a little cutback. No, he stepped out of bounds on the far sideline.
It's a good thing we got Jerry's youngest son to carry the load.
Yeah, definitely. Matt Tucker's got relegated to like 3rd team back here working on a joystick, and we got like production everywhere back here. We got Travis up here. So 4th down coming up for MICDS here with 4:50 to go in the ball game as the clock rolls here through the 4th quarter.
I just hang around for comic relief.
So punt coming.
This is their first punt of the game.
First punt, and if the Cats return a punt or a kick for a touchdown, that one goes out of bounds, and excellent coverage on the punt there. If you like great insurance coverage, call your Farmers agent, Brad Sainer of Farmers Insurance. You know, we haven't had the ball much in the second half, so we haven't had very many first downs. I haven't got to say Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down very much in the second half or in the ball game tonight. I'm going to be a little rusty coming into the game next Friday night.
3 times fast.
Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down.
We had 5 on the last drive. There were 16 plays, but we had 6 in the first half. Now we've got 6 in the second half. Clock runs at 4:20, so this could be our final drive.
Look to probably work on a couple things that they're going to want to see here against the next couple teams, next couple opponents.
In motion with Baker, wraps around Reynolds, fake the handoff, they throw it in the backfield. Now
Oh, there it is.
Pass, floater, caught, far sideline by the Cats. That was Baker down to
31.
Eli Baker to Drew Drogi.
To Drogi, so didn't know for sure who that was.
So moves the chains first.
23-yard reception. First down. First down. First down.
Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Ball at the 32-yard line as they move the sticks.
They'll probably tweak that play just a little bit. That first pass being well backwards, they'll want that to be a forward pass to where if they don't get that second one off, it's a forward incompletion rather than a fumble.
But you can't have
You
it
can't
forward.
have, yeah, it's got to be a lateral.
It does have to be a lateral because you can't have 2 forward passes. Shotgun formation and roll out by Mitchell. He's going to roll out backside. He's going to fire it down the sideline.
Good pass.
Inside the 10, down to about the 7.
Who was it who caught it?
Drogi again, so back-to-back catches by Drogi, and the Cats have a 1st and goal down at the 5-yard line. A couple of things I see a little bit different tweaks of the offense this year is, number one, Gary, Mitchell not afraid to run the football.
No.
They're running it with him a lot more.
And he can
number
throw
2,
on the run.
He throws on the run, and he completes a good pass there for 2:25 to go in the ball game. They're going to go in motion with nowhere to go there. They went in motion with Reynolds, and then they came the back way, and nowhere to go for Mason Mitchell. Going to bring up 2nd and goal from about the 10.
So about the only way to counter that play right there. We used to run that when Bouchard was around the first go. It's stand up. We fill every single gap up on the line of scrimmage. The only way to beat that is to block down, and get to the outside. And it is tough to do.
2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. In motion, they're going to go with Reynolds. And now he's going to stand in the backfield. They're going to hand off to Reynolds. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he is bottled up quickly. Nate's going to have some big games this year, no doubt about it. He might have got a yard there. He's about 5-10 yards short of 100. But Fred Bouchard is known to shut down some good running backs. I remember in 2007, Clinton came up here. They were 7-2. They thought they had a shot against the defending state champions, and they had Logan Huggins at running back. And Logan Huggins had about 4 yards, and it was 42-0 at halftime. So,
well, and you look at, Bouchard knows this offense. I mean, so he knows how to defend it because that's what he plays. So,
yeah, there's lots of knowing what's going on, putting your players in the spot and making them execute here for sure.
So here we go. Roll out pass on 3rd down. Mitchell picked off. And it'll be turnover on downs on the far side.
Intended for number 25, Michael Moore.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 with 37 seconds to go here in the ball game. So a kneel down coming, and that'll end things. And actually don't even need to kneel down. They're going to have to snap it one time because the 25-second play clock. We'll see if the play clock starts, though, or when they whistle it to start.
They're not going to whistle it until after he's just put up his hand.
So they won't even need to snap it here, and that will end our ball game. Obviously a loss for the Cats. However, saw some good things. We'll talk about them in our post-game show. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back here in just a little bit.
Everyone needs an advocate in the insurance world. Let Lacey Domnick of Shelter Insurance be an advocate for you. With free policy review and quotes, she aims to help you weigh your options. With auto, home, life, and business insurance, Lacey wants you to have a positive and friendly experience. A former Wildcat herself, it is important for Lacey to support the community and Wildcats. Call today to set up an appointment at 816-380-2700 with Lacey.
All right, welcome back. Your final score, 37-2. Both teams shaking hands at midfield. A lot of hugs out there for Coach Bouchard as he comes back to town. First time he's been back to town since 2007 when he was the coach here. You know, in 08-09, we thought there was a couple of chances that Staley and Harrisonville might meet. They never did meet, but nevertheless, Coach Bouchard finally makes his homecoming.
Yeah.
So, final score, 37-2. He didn't make it easy on the home team here tonight, but I saw some good things from the Wildcats, and Gary is working on some stuff here in the post game, and we will come back and we will have that information for you in our post game show after this. We'll have our max effort player of the game as well. We'll be back on 4Ts.com right after this.
Hey guys, we're the Warrens. And we're the Mounces, owners of Warren & Mounts Agency located in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. We're a local family-owned insurance agency and excited to serve the entire Kansas City metro area and the entire Midwest.
We have specialists in all areas of insurance that offer superior service, fast and efficient quotes, and best of all, we're never sacrificing your coverage. Our number one priority is making sure that you're properly protected through the 30-plus companies that we have to offer.
Whether you're looking for a home and auto insurance or anything from a commercial standpoint and life insurance, we can do it all. We know you have a ton of different options in the insurance industry, so we would love to show you how we are different in doing any kind of business with you guys.
Call us today or scan the QR code on your screen, and we'll be in contact with you within 24 hours.
What is one of your most precious commodities? Time. With sports, family, work, and school, time is precious. So why drive hours and waste time to save $20? Shop local and buy your home appliances at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center right here in Harrisonville. They deliver, service, issues that arise, all while you're putting money right back into the community. Stop wasting time and think Troby's first when you think of home appliances on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
You want the best price from the best dealership? At Max Motors, we make it easy. Purchase or order your next new vehicle at invoice pricing. We honor all A, X, Z, and D plans, supplier pricing, and industry offers. At Max Motors, we guarantee to beat any dealer's online price by $500. Check out the Max Motors Guarantee. Contact us for a hassle-free quote. Max Motors is the easiest place to buy a car with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
What is one of your most precious commodities? Time. With sports, family, work, and school, time is precious. So why drive hours and waste time to save $20? Shop local and buy your home appliances at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center right here in Harrisonville. They deliver, service, issues that arise, all while you're putting money right back into the community. Stop wasting time and think Troby's first when you think of home appliances on Plaza Drive right behind Hawthorne Bank.
You want the best price from the best dealership? At Max Motors, we make it easy. Purchase or order your next new vehicle at invoice pricing. We honor all A, X, Z, and D plans, supplier pricing, and industry offers. At Max Motors, we guarantee to beat any dealer's online price by $500. Check out the Max Motors Guarantee. Contact us for a hassle-free quote. Max Motors is the easiest place to buy a car with the highest trade-in values in the Midwest. MaxMotors.com. See dealer for details.
There's always something new going on at the Cider House. Our next farm-to-table dinner is coming up September 17th. Our fall dinners book up quickly, so don't miss out. Our cooking classes are also now going. It's so much fun. We're getting our fall series together right now, so those classes will be posted soon. Granny Faye's Pies and Sandwich Shop, formerly at Upcycled Orchard, has moved to the Cider House location. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 3, and lunch is served 11 to 2. We are closed evenings and weekends due to private events. Watch out for pop-up Saturdays, where our next open to the public. Our next pop-up is Saturday, September 10th. Mums, Pumpkins, Fall Decor is coming in daily. Our Airbnb is also hopping. Check out our website at ciderhouseevents.com for more information or tickets. We hope to see you soon. One of our great sponsors, talked to Jeannie literally this morning, or actually this afternoon. She's like, hey, want to make sure we get, we talk about Cider House, been one of our great sponsors the last several years. So glad they are on board with us. It is our time for our post-game show, and we will have our max effort player of the game here in just a minute. Gary, you go ahead and run down those stats because I know you're running against time here.
Harrisonville had a total of 233 total yards, 146 rushing, 87 passing. Leading the way rushing was Reynolds with 92. Mitchell had 15 carries, 92 yards. Mitchell had 14 carries, 46 yards, and Moore had 9 carries for 27 yards. Droege, with those 2 catches there in the fourth quarter of 23 and 27 yards, had 2 catches for 50 yards, and the remaining for a total of 87 yards of receiving. We had the ball for 30 minutes, and the only score we had was a safety. We had several drives that stalled, that we got down close to the end zone but just couldn't put it in. Obviously having that one called back for a block in the back. For MICDS, they had a total of 276 yards, 210 yards of rushing, 66 yards of passing. Leading the way for MICDS was Hall with 13 carries, 120 yards. Moore had 8 carries for 69 yards, and Cooper had 5 carries for 21 yards. Leading the way receiving for them of the 66 yards, 27 of it was by Coleman, and the rest, and Hall had 14. Cooper and Moore each had, Schooley and Moore had 9 each. They had the ball for 18 minutes for the 276 yards. Their scoring, I'm going to go down real quick. Hall scored 3 times, one of 21 yards, one of 9 yards, and one of 29 yards. Moore scored a 2-yard touchdown run and a 6-yard touchdown run, and then Mandel had the 37-yard field goal, which put it above the 35 points to get the running clock there in the fourth quarter. So final score 37-2. MICDS prevails over Harrisonville Wildcats in the game opener of the Harrisonville Wildcats 22-23 football year.
People say maybe we're homers, whatever, but it didn't feel like a 37-2 shellacking. It felt like a 37-2 game where we made a couple of mistakes. I go back to all the way back to the first quarter. You had you were down 7-0, and you had I believe it was 7-0 at that time, and you had a 4th down in 3, and we had the offside. Kept the drive going, boom, they're up 14-0. And then, actually, it was 0-0, I believe, at that time, because they made it 7-0, and then we got the safety a little bit later. So they ended up holding it at 1, or maybe it was 0-0. I don't know. It's been a long time.
I think it was 7-0, but.
So, nevertheless, they got a first down. They end up scoring, and then that was a turning point. You had a couple of mistakes. Drive stalls out. You had the block in the back that brought one back. You had a couple of mistakes in the second half there, the kick return. That was just kind of mental mistake. You just let it bounce. And a lot of times you forget, I think high school kids forget, it's a live ball once it bounces there on a kickoff, and they just kind of let it go like it was a punt, like it was going to be a dead ball or something.
It doesn't even have to hit the ground.
Yeah. It was 7-2 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the second quarter. Now, granted, that's when they scored the other touchdown, but with 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes left, it was 7-3. That was a game. And if we would have scored the touchdown and had not been called back, I think the 37 would be a totally different score, because when you start getting behind, farther and farther behind, it puts you in a different perspective as far as offensive plays and everything that you do. So, I go back to 7-2. It goes 14-2 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds. They're able to get the ball back, score another touchdown, and then get the ball back in the second quarter. And when you get 3 touchdowns within, about 5 minutes, that makes it difficult to come back from.
Typical situation, I don't want to harp on it. I don't want people from Harrisonville to be upset. We talked about Fred Bouchard a lot tonight or whatever. We have a very capable coaching staff here. We talked about it. Brent Maxwell learned under Coach Bouchard.
Oh, absolutely.
Brent Maxwell is a heck of a football coach. He's got a state title under his belt here at Harrisonville as well. So they did some good things tonight. There's a lot of things they put on tape, a lot of things I saw that are working good. What I was going to say is, from the experiences back in the day, from a former player under Fred Bouchard, from somebody that knows Fred Bouchard very well, and the rest of the group up here as well, the one thing I was going to say is that was a typical Fred Bouchard burst. It was 7-2, ends up being 20-2 at half. Quick score out of halftime, it's 28-2. You get sort of an onside kick, and boom, it's 37-2, and it's a different ballgame.
It's managed that way. He puts himself in those situations to get an extra possession almost every game, no matter whether he loses a toss, gets a toss. He's going to play those last kind of possessions leading to a half to end up with an extra possession, and he plays his numbers that way all throughout his game.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, you talked about the Grandview game, how it went from 14-6 to 35-14. I mean, but we talked about both coaches. Brent Maxwell's got a head coach state championship, but he also's got 2 state championships under Fred Bouchard, when he came here from Windsor. So, I mean, I'm excited about this year. He's got a lot of excellent players. We're able to do the 2-platoon system, which I think is going to be really helpful throughout the year, because a lot of other schools aren't going to have that. So, everybody holds up the fourth quarter. Well, when you got a 2-platoon system, that makes a whole lot of difference when you're playing a 2-platoon against somebody that's playing both ways.
The other kind of thing that I'll say to the coaching staff at Harrisonville is a lot of teams, a lot of coaches going up against a team such as MICDS with a coach such as Fred Bouchard. That 37-2, the only reason that it is 49-0 against other teams is because Fred Bouchard would go ahead and start subbing in his thirds and fourth guys, and this Harrisonville staff and team did not stop throwing blows. They have a lot of tradition. They have a lot of heart, and even Fred said coming out of halftime that he knew that there wasn't going to be any lack as far as that goes, and that didn't turn ugly the way that it could if you have a lesser team than Harrisonville and that staff.
He left his starters in. Both teams left their starters in all the way through. Sometimes you're not going to do that, and I think that goes for a lot of respect for both teams, especially for Fred Bouchard with Brent Maxwell, knowing how good of a coach the coaching staff is over here on our side of the field.
Well, and let me give you an example. Okay, so football numbers last year for Class 3 teams that Harrisonville will play. So you look at Summit Christian Academy last year, they had 29 kids on their roster. Yeah. Okay, you can play 2-platoon against a team with 29 kids on your entire roster. They're going to be gassed come fourth quarter. Odessa only had 42 varsity players last year. So that shows you where that can come into play down the road. 60 for Oak Grove, so maybe a little bit higher. Now, a Pleasant Hill, they had 80 plus. So they may be able to hang with it and have that as well. So nevertheless, Cats lose the home opener. They will be right back in business next Friday night. We travel all the way north to Maryville, but the Cats showed some good stuff tonight, and I'm excited for what the season holds.
I'm excited to see us play Maryville.
Absolutely, 100%. It's going to be a fun one next Friday night on Labor Day weekend. We're going to be up there. Jerry and James might leave next Friday at like 6 a.m. knowing these two. So who knows what we'll do up in Maryville
That's
next
why
week.
we're on the broadcast tonight, though, is because of both of those, because we had some technical difficulties that they were able to work through and get us on the broadcast. So not only thanking our sponsors, but we got to thank them behind the scenes that do all the work to get us on.
And they did an awesome job because we started late. We were a little bit behind the 8 ball. We were able to make sure we got all our sponsors in tonight and make sure we hit something. That doesn't mean I won't get a text later from somebody and be like, hey, this didn't happen, and I'll be like, holy cow, I forgot all about that. But nevertheless, that happens in the first game sometimes, and hopefully everything went smoothly. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast. I think we had a lot of people that watched here tonight. Again, your final score, 37-2. The Cats fall to MICDS in Fred Bouchard's homecoming game. We'll be on the road next Friday night in Maryville, and we hope you will join us. For James Hinkle, for Jerry Forschler, for Chris Ramirez, for Travis Forschler, for Tucker Forschler, for Gary Davidson, we got a big crew. I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Harrisonville.